Okay. Hopefully this works. Right, maybe not. Hello. Does this work? Can you guys hear me like this? Just want to make sure. Cool. Sorry about that. There's no I'm drinking a little bit. Also some other things too. Farid? Happy B-Day? Yeah, thanks. Can you stand? I'm disappointed in you, son. That's how I imagine you saying it. Can you stand? Dang gummit, little Jimmy. I'm disappointed in you. Sorry, I'm still eating. Feels a bit different without the music and stuff, you know. I am sending out a link to the other content creators. I wish we had music, man. I'll still play it for myself. I know that sounds selfish, but I guess I'll just play it for myself in the meantime while we do this. Because I think I can play music actually. Say, you don't piss on hospitality. That's how I imagine. That's from Troll 2. I haven't seen Troll 2. Where's the music? I think I could play music this way until someone gets on. Let's see here. So I think I can share screen. Share screen. So I think I could do this one as long as I don't, again, show the screen. Oh, damn, I messed it up. No! That was trippy. All right, so let me add this. Dude, using StreamYard sometimes gives me, it's just crazy. No, this one. Can you guys hear the music? Okay, does this work? You guys should be able to hear the music. Let me know if it's like too low or too high or whatever. Let's go. Happy birthday. Yeah, thanks, man. You have to watch it? I will. I've been only doing one of those things, which is not VEVing so far today. Can you guys hear the music? Okay, cool. It should be subtle. Yeah, dude, I've been munching. I've almost ate a whole bag of chips on my own, and I got a bunch of these like gas station. I was starving before I got on stream, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna grab a few White Claws, grab some chips, and a couple candies. Like these are candies I've never had before. Twix, cookies and cream, which sounds regrettable in more ways than one, and then a Milky Way. I like Milky Ways. I just haven't had one in forever, so I don't know if I'm gonna get all those, but. I was thinking of getting a Fantastic Four number 13 UR Thoughts. Which one is that again? I forgot. Cool. Fantastic. Also, yeah. We're 13. Which one is this? You want to get a what? A ultra rare? Which one is this? Oh, that one. Let me show. Or actually, I have to change it now. It's good. You guys just lost the music, so. Or else I can't show. I got to be able to show, unfortunately. Actually, is there a way? Hold on. Let me try something. Before I do this. Can you guys still hear the music? The hell? No. What's the hotkey for this? Keep forgetting. Okay, got it. Let's do it this way so we can see a bit more. This one, I mean, the price of this is so heavily inflated by the fact that it was the first ultra rare cover, right? First ultra rare VEVE exclusive cover. So it's going to fetch a premium in that sense. Me personally, I just find it hard to grab unless I have a lot of other ultra rares I want already. I mean, if that's the case and you just want to grab this, I think it's relatively fine. So yeah, that's what is this still showing right there? That's my take. I don't know. It's definitely not one of the first ultra rares I would get. It's once I get all the ones I do like first, or maybe a certain stack or whatever, and I had some, 400 leftover gems or so, sure, I'd probably grab one. Just, of course, me personally, it's just not my it's not like the first thing I would grab, because the rare is the same thing, right? But just the ultra rare looks pretty gnarly. I am not a huge fan of it. Like the way it looks, it's a lot of black and white and very, very little color. Like it's actually really hard to see. Yeah, I think it's a fine cover. Somehow UR is more expensive than SR. It's for that reason I explained. It's the very first VEVE exclusive cover that they ever did for comics. So people are putting a lot of weight on this, which is why, because like the secret rare, I think the comic itself is not worth that much in real life. I mean, we can look it up. $13, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. That's a different one. I mean, it's still a good comic. A 9.6 is worth 34 grand, but overall, I mean, the comic itself is good, but it's just that's why, like, if it was a really good comic, I think the secret rare would probably be worth more than the ultra rare. But the main thing, the main reason for the price is because it's the first one. It's one of those first ofs on VEVE that either someone's going to put a ton of value on it or someone's going to put no value on it, because some people just don't care about that stuff, but some people might. Morning. Well, night for you. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I was getting lonely with no one to watch. Well, that's why I'm online right now, Bob Sales. Just for you. Just for you. And you guys can hear the music still, right? I don't know. Like, it's been so long since I've used StreamYard. I don't remember a lot of the stuff that does or doesn't like work on here. In the meantime, we'll look at collectibles. Actually, we'll wait 3 minutes because right now we're just at the bottom of the hour, or top, I guess, bottom of the hour. And if we wait a couple more minutes, the servers will be updated. And EERC20 Wiki will give us like a more accurate price. So. Yeah, I think so too, Farid. A lot of Thor comics dropping. I think they're saving the best for last. I agree. I do think that is the case. They're going to be saving the best for last. Hopefully, at least that's the plan, right? I also forgot to put my drink in a koozie. Keep it cold. I know you guys have these, but it's probably more prevalent in areas where it gets really hot, like Arizona. It gets like, I think the other day it was 111 degrees with a little bit of humidity. I think that day it wasn't like zero humidity. There was actually a little bit, which sucks. All right, so let's go back to here. Cool. Sorry, it seems like I have to like turn my head more than I usually do, but that's because the way StreamYard works, I can't set up like I did before. Happy birthday again. Yeah, I kind of want to do something just earlier in the day, kind of before, because I wasn't sure if I was even going to get on later today, but I was like, I'll keep myself alive enough to have it happen. That's nice. I got the new White Claw Surfs. Some of the flavors are good. The one I have is kind of a struggle, to be honest. But it probably doesn't help that I'm also eating Cool Ranch Doritos at the same time. Gosh. Yeah. I mean, speaking of bald heads, I mean, we're looking at the Watcher right now, and then also we might as well just add Dino to the stream. What's up, Dino?
Happy birthday, bro.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. I'm actually
Let's go. Birthday stream.
I'm just gonna put it like this. Stop that. Remove.
Okay, you're doing StreamYard too. Nice.
Yeah, I'm doing StreamYard. So that way it's easier. So I just minimize all the stuff that we don't need.
Yeah. Dude, let's go. Dude, my noggin looks huge like this.
Yeah, it looks pretty big, actually. Cool. I wanted to do it this way so we can still get the music, I believe. Dude, so much stuff on StreamYard is kind of hard to
yeah, you can't add like all the other things, you know what I mean? Like, but
yeah, I remember you were asking about OBS too, because I know you kind of wanted to have dude, it sucks to add guests on that platform, as you know. Like I have to set up Discord, then I have to like select the window, then like crop it and do all this like crazy stuff, and it's just like you have to do it at a new time every time, and it's just obnoxious. But
I tried to do OBS, dude, and I did it. My first stream was so bad with it, like I just deleted it. It was just like a giant struggle bus. Like it was like, what is going on right now?
Yeah, it's too fucking funny. Someone said earlier, you think VEVE will be dropping something this big this weekend? Maybe something of Thor items. I think like we could get FA Thor like that, like the weekend he drops for the movies and stuff like that. But I think it's more likely we'll get it during Comic-Con.
Oh, like the book, the first print,
like the book, yeah. Journey into Mystery, I think 83.
That would be sick. That would be a really great comic to get. I think it's pretty valuable too.
Mm-hmm.
Like IRL counterpart.
Yeah. Oh no, that one's like an 80 grand comic. Last I looked it up. Yeah, it was like an 80 grand comic. Man. Yeah.
So it's not something quite like Ghost Rider level, but it's high, basically.
I think so. That one. No, Journey to Mystery. I take that back. No, that's like almost like a $500,000 comic, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Dang.
Speaking of two baldies, might as well get a bit more hair in here. Someone has enough hair for the both of us.
Going on, guys. How's it going? Or say hello to Dashy. Hello, Dashy.
What's up, Dashy? Dude,
how's it going?
It's going great, dude. I still I'm not just
Whoa.
Happy birthday to me, dude. Let's go. We almost got 3 baldies on the stream, you know what I mean? Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm not just drunk, let's say that. So that definitely helps.
Well, happy birthday to you. Oh, a screwball.
Oh, nice. I was gonna go. There is like a little drive-through, like liquor store or whatever. You can just drive in. I was gonna. I go there usually, but when I drove by, there was just cop cars everywhere, and I'm like, nope, I'm just not gonna deal with this. So just went into the gas station, got myself some White Claws. I'm not a big beer drinker, to be quite honest. Like I like a good IPA, but like I can't just drink. I don't fucking know, Budweiser, Keystone, or Coors Light. Like I just can't drink that stuff. At least not in an excess amount.
I feel you. So you have the White Claw. Is that what you're drinking now?
Yeah, like I was like, dude, I'm starving. So I grabbed a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, a thing of White Claws, and then they had this deal for candy. So I got Domino's.
Ayo.
Clutch. I could have went to Little Caesars and got some hot and readies, but I got a Milky Way, and I've never had this before, but a Twix cookies and cream.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'm a big cookies and creams fan, so I'll usually give anything.
Dude, you high AF right now? You're like on the munchies.
No. Never, dude. I'm a straight edge guy.
Randy's eating sausage pizza over there. We saw what was up.
Oh yeah, big sausage
it's pepperoni
pizza.
and mushroom.
Sure it is.
Yeah. You guys have like. Do you guys have like? Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, breadsticks.
Yeah. No. Never mind.
Gotcha. Do you guys have like a pizza topping combination you like always wanted for yourself, but like no one else does? Like me, it's like I like spicy pepperoni with jalapeno, and that's it. Just those two. Maybe black olives, but like it's just like a spicy pizza, and it's not too ridiculous. I always want to get that, but my friends or like family never want it.
No, I just have a what do you call it? I just have I like stuffed crust from Pizza Hut, and that's really the only thing.
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I feel like that's relatively normal. Stuffed crust from Pizza Hut is like the, and people are like, yeah, that's fine.
Makes sense.
Stuffed crust is fire.
So you don't like pineapples in your stuffed crust?
So I just don't like pineapples in general. I feel like I have this conversation like every X amount of streams it gets brought up.
It was on your last stream, so that's why I brought it up. I was watching your stream, and someone asked about pineapples on pizza, so I was just trolling. That's what I was doing, because you're like, "Oh heck no, like we're not going to agree to that." Whatever, but that's fine.
Yeah, just because I'll eat two things that won't necessarily go together. I think most famous, of which you probably heard, is this guy Sergeant Walder, who I'd served with, I put like tuna in like my oatmeal, because there's just wasn't enough room on the little cardboard box thing to go in separate things. So, and it's like, yeah, it's gross. And apparently it smelled, and I don't know. That was fine. But I just don't like pineapple. So if I like pineapple, then I have no issue with it on pizza,
Okay. Gotcha. So it's more of a pineapple thing, not like the combination. I guess you just don't like pineapple in general.
Yeah.
I like pineapple, and it doesn't belong on pizza.
Interesting.
Pineapple on a burger, though, is pretty good.
VEVE Vibes Cologne number 38. Thank you so much for the $2. I've been I need to catch up on Rick and Morty. I don't know why I randomly thought of it, but I watched the first season and then like half of the second season. I like the show, but sometimes it's hard to enjoy it because like I think because I didn't watch it for like the first 6 months or something it came out. So I had all my friends just like, you haven't seen it? And they like built it up so much. And like they all happen to be Deadpool fans as well. Like they all like every Rick and Morty fan also like Deadpool. I think that's funny. I think it's because the humor is similar.
Yeah.
It's so good though. It's like so I want to say it's so smart, but I feel like a lot of the fans are they're not smart. I feel like a lot of the fans are really like I remember it was at New York Comic Con. I think it was like 2018 or whatever. It's like a famous video of this kid going and putting his shirt up over his head like Cornholio, and he's like, "I'm Pickle Rick," and like he falls over to his side because they wouldn't give him his Szechuan sauce. Like they brought back Szechuan sauce, and they said you could get it there, but they had ran out that morning. And I was at Comic Con, so I didn't try for it. But the people that got it were selling them for like hundreds of dollars on eBay like later that night. But yeah, like the people that really enjoy it, I feel like a lot of the outlandish ones are just they give Rick and Morty a bad name.
I could definitely see that. Speaking of, I mean, great name.
Oh,
Mike Collectibles, what's up, dude? Thanks for stopping by.
Hi guys, happy birthday, Vibes. Happy birthday.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
How you doing, guys? Hey, Randy, how you doing? Dino.
Doing all right. Had a bunch of streams today. Well, I guess just two. Just this one. I had Wendy's I was just on, and then I did a video that just launched like 30 minutes ago.
Nice. Cool.
It was good.
You guys ever find it hard as content creators to like keep up? Because like when you guys probably first got into VEVE, you're watching just other content creators constantly. I was literally spending anywhere between like 4 to 12 hours a day just listening to VEVE constantly when I first started. I mean, I had an abundance of content, right? Like there was already 8 months of content for me to like listen to, but I mean, that includes watching live streams and stuff. But do you guys find it hard, like now that you're making content, it's hard to like watch all the videos, watch everyone all over again? Like there were so many people I used to watch, but like I just can't anymore because I do my own stuff. It's
impossible. If you're, I know you guys stream a lot, so I feel like it's harder to do when you're streaming, because a video, I mean, for me, because I don't edit mine, video take like the 17-minute video took me 17 minutes, and like that was it. I just had to wait for it to upload. But when you're streaming for X amount of hours, it's like, okay, that's X amount of hours out of your day. So yeah,
podcasts are like work, or like work in ears, or like workout. You know what I mean? Or like exercise, like walking. I feel like that's what happens with streams. They get like kind of podcast level, but then videos, it's easy to like catch up on everyone's videos. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
I guess watch them.
If no one's streaming at certain times a day, I feel lost. There has to always be somebody streaming, because I'm always at my computer, right? Because my other job is graphic design, and I'm always sitting here doing my work. And I can put other stuff on, like I'm just music on the side or whatever, right? Actually, I really have a great selection of YouTube channels that are those like coffee shop ambient sort of channels.
Oh, those are good.
I love those. I just put them on the side, and
those are
especially the ones around Christmas time, because I'm a big Christmassy holiday person. They always have like the like a Christmas cafe, and it's like they have like the snow outside. It's just awesome. I put it on my big screen.
Do you do rain noise too? Like I love music with rain noise.
I hear you, but I grew up in a rainforest on the west coast of BC. It's literally a rainforest, not like a tropical rainforest, but like the west coast of British Columbia, where I went to high school, it's this little town called Prince Rupert. I'm not there now, but that's where I was, and it's literally like one of the most rainiest places in the entire world. So I don't do rain noises anymore. I did enough of that. But it's calming. It's calming.
I love rain.
You love
rain. There was one day, me and Justin Apple Pie and Steph Valentano were trying to stream me playing, or us playing like Mario Party, and we were trying to figure out how to do it. So I was going like live, but it was just trying to figure out how to work it, and there was no sound, there's no audio. So I was like, guys, don't watch this, it's just a test. But there was like 30 people in the comments just commenting random stuff like, this is what it's like in Randy's fridge, because there's just no sound and there's no light, and it was people get crazy.
People love your fridge, bro.
Yeah. Did you guys ever do something like that where you accidentally go live, like you go live or something, and like, oh god, I got a bunch of people commenting?
I haven't had that.
I haven't done that yet.
I've done the opposite, where like I stream on OBS, and then sometimes when I end that stream on that platform, it's still streaming on the YouTube side. So like it'll still say live until I remember to like go back into the live stream and then click end. So there's been times where like I stream for like 12 hours straight or something crazy, and I'm like, whoops, I forgot. And it still says like a live stream, but like whenever people click on the link to like join the live stream, it just shows like the last 10 seconds, like, okay, goodbye. And it's just like a loop over and over and over. Like, doesn't matter what time of the day you hit live, like it just shows that last 10 seconds. So
yeah, don't curse out your trolls. Don't curse out your trolls until you're fully clear.
Yeah.
Well, I curse out all my trolls on live, and I do all my dumb things on live too, because I get paid to do them. So it's never an accident. I do them on purpose.
I could definitely, you definitely hit that at like, oh, can I, maybe $20 says I can eat this whole burrito in one bite.
Yeah, I'm just like,
see what happens.
People
I never done
like, for $20, let's go.
Well,
dude, I had to catch up on Dino's streams. That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Well, there was a time where Dino had a mukbang, like timeline very briefly. I think it was like a week or so, but people were just straight up just like buying you pizzas and stuff.
Yeah, people were just buying me
food. That reminds me of an episode of Rocko's Modern Life where I think someone bought like Heifer food and he felt like bad because he like had to eat it. He's like, well, I have to eat it. So they were trying to do something like Rocco, Heifer, and Filbert, and then Heifer just took like a bunch of these like potato chips, and then he accidentally ate Filbert's potato, and then they're like, okay, they have to do like a science experiment or something, and Heifer's like jumping on or Filbert's jumping on Heifer's mouth trying to stuff as many potatoes in his mouth, and the light bulb shined like super bright. I don't know why I brought that up. I'm so sorry. It was so stupid. It just reminded me of that.
And it's cool. I remember watching Rocko's Modern Life. It like was like a PG version of like Ren and Stimpy. Because when I used to watch Ren and Stimpy, it was like just really like grotesque and like really off-putting scenes. So my mom would walk by and she's like, "You guys need to stop watching that. Like, you need to turn it off." Because it would just show like it would zoom in on like like the things like butt crack, and it would show like hair and like all this like gross stuff, like a fly flying by, and I'm just like, my mom did not like that. But
there was one episode it was when Rocco is part-time is a phone sex operator. And you don't know it, but Mrs. Bighead calls the hotline, and then you see Rocco reading a script. He's like, "Oh baby, oh baby, oh baby," and then Mrs. Bighead's like, "Rocco," and he's like, "Mrs. Bighead," and then they both hang up, and like that was the whole scene. But it happened, and it's crazy how they got away with it.
Well, what shows did you watch as a kid, My Collectibles? Because I know you're not. I mean, you're a bit older than us, but not by much.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. 20 years, maybe. I think I think you just turned 21 today. Remember?
I think you did. I think I said on stream. I'm like, actually, it's 12. It's actually
yeah. And then there was like, I did this as a joke, and then somebody commented below. They're like, "Vibes is 21." Like I could just hear them going, "Really?"
You're like,
I mean, you don't look like old or anything at all, but
He's like, he's bald already, or he's gonna.
Poor guy.
Like, it happens. Yeah, I started losing my hair when I was like probably 25. I always noticed too when I played football all the way up until the age of like 22, because I played college football. I would notice like towards like my junior and senior year, every time I would take off my helmet, because I had like white pads on the inside for cushion, I always just see some hair in there. Like not a lot. It would always be like 3, 4, 5 strands. I'm like, okay, but like I think just over literally 2 years of doing that, on top of just shit genetics of just not having good hair.
Same.
It's I decided to shave it off, and I like it. I like the look of it being bald. So.
Well, I'm close. Like I can take off my thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm close, but I'm still all right.
Yeah.
I'm still good.
Brady's got enough hair for the 4 of us. That's
so like it like might look okay if I do it this way, but I have I will, when Omi moons, I will get that surgery that takes hair from the back and puts it up, because it used to be so epic. It used to be.
Yeah, dude. I like your look right now, like the hair out and like the black tank top reminds me of some like early 2000s like wrestler, like a WWE wrestler. Like,
oh, I loved Eddie Guerrero. He was my dude.
Oh, guys, I got to tell you something. So speaking of the of WWE and all that, by the way, I watched. You asked me what I watched growing up and stuff. Lots of shows, but I used to watch wrestling a lot, right? As well, especially in around the 2000, the Attitude Era. Oh yeah. The best for me. I actually went to the movie theaters to watch some of those pay-per-views, just because and no one came with me. Like that's how much I liked it at the time. With Stone Cold and all The Rock and all them when it was super entertaining. But guys, listen to this. Okay, really quickly. Okay, I watched, there's a YouTube channel that I watch, and it's Swaggleverse. He's like a comic guy, right? So I watch him all the time. And it's like in real world comic stuff, right? And I've put a few comments in this thing about, do you know VEVE, right? And because on his wall behind him, when he talks about comic books, he's got like a ton of the VEVE comics, right? Like, he's got all, because they're key comics, like the X-Men's and all that. Anyway, I just watched a video of his like just the other day, and it has to do with wrestling. It's the most incredible crossover I've ever seen, where he literally explains the evolution of like the WWE and how they have generational like moments, right? And a whole group of generational talent. Okay, so stick with me. It's really quick. But there's that time with Hogan and Macho Man and all those people, right? And they're all having a great time. And there's a whole group of kids who grew up on that. And then, that only comes around once in every generation. And then in between, they fill it in with other characters that they bring up, right, that aren't quite as good. And then you have the next generations, like the Attitude generation, which is like the year 2000, which is The Rock and Stone Cold and all them. And this is a thing that repeats and happens in wrestling because it's a long-standing storyline. Well, comic books, okay, the way he goes comic books, the original comic books are like the Hogans in them, right? Like the characters are like Spider-Man and Hulk and Thor and all these like major characters like in the Silver Age. And then, after a little while, they kind of like, they have to create new ones. So at the end of the Silver Age, they create like smaller characters like the Vision and all these people. And then you get to the 70s and the same big thing happens again. He says like you get Ghost Rider, you get like these big characters of the 70s, the top ones. And then again, they fill it in like a few years later, the comic book, they have, those characters sort of get overplayed and then they fill them in with the lower ones. So when he's telling you what characters to collect, he's saying collect all the top tier ones from all those generations. It's like, it was like, whoa, right? Because you have the top tier ones from Silver Age, Copper Age, or whatever, Bronze Age, all the way up until now. And he tells you in this one video, like which ones are all the top characters of each generation, because the kids at that time loved those characters. And then after a couple of years, they created new characters to sort of fill in. It's kind of like how wrestling does it, right? So it's like, these are the characters to go after. It was like this crazy video. I wouldn't have even mentioned it unless you brought up wrestling. But I just watched it like
Randy looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, it was actually a really interesting way to look at it. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, the way he described it, the way I described it, maybe not, but
yeah, no, it makes sense. So it's like collect the thing at the top of each generational moment, right?
Yeah, if you don't know who to collect, go after those guys. Oh, there he is.
I had a lot more hair 12 years ago.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, he did.
That's too funny.
Well, yeah.
By the way, if anyone on the stream wants a Tarzan secret rare, someone just floored one for $355, and the floor is $400.
Yeah, it was only 5,000, right?
I mean, it's a good deal because I literally just sold one like an hour ago for $400. Like,
nice,
so
dude.
I don't know if someone wants it, but mine, it's clearing up in 20 seconds. I'm not gonna buy it. So I thought about it, but if you want it.
Oh, you're holding it.
I was thinking about buying it, so it clears in about 15 seconds if someone wants it. So
why don't you just grab it and then repost it?
I could, but the profit after the fee is only going to be like 7 gems.
Yeah, not a lot.
Yeah, you might have to wait a day.
Yeah. So I'd have to. So I was like, I don't want to risk 400 for 7 gems.
Yeah. So try to pass the problem along to someone else to see how it is. At least the dilemma. Let's say that.
Waiting for it.
A hodler. They want you.
Yeah, going to be a hodler or not? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good hodler. That's not a good flipper. It's just too much fee.
That's a good product, though.
Yeah. So here's the thing from Nameless. Sorry, go ahead, Randy.
Oh no, I was going to say, can we explore this? Like, what? If you know someone that's a lead engineer of Disneyland, and so why bring that up unless they know something that has to do with? Can we get Nameless? Can we explore this? Can we bring Nameless on? Can we?
He's offering you an interview.
Here's a birthday gift for you, VV Vibes, and know this YouTube name is not the same as my VV name. Did you know that I know someone really personally is the lead engineer of Disneyland? That's lead engineer. Right. That's a big deal.
Of the Imagineers.
Of the Imagineers, is that one?
Yeah.
If you're still here, Nameless, chat to us in here, or if you like.
Yeah,
I know Randy's like the BB guy, or like the Disney guy, because you also have connections too to people that used to be at Disneyland and stuff, right?
Yeah. So and a couple more now. Although I think probably VV Magic, or Kika VV. I think that they specialize in Disneyland, where he's talking about the people that I did know and that I know that work there currently only work at Disney World in Florida. Disneyland's a California one. So I'll probably go when I go to DesignerCon later this year. I'll go and actually go there.
Dude, someone just got a 583 Moon Knight on the floor for 10 gems.
Epic.
The floor is 12 gems. Someone undercut the floor.
Somebody got a big secret rare today. I think it was Strange Tales 110 for $12.60.
Oh
somebody
my god!
And they tweeted about it, and they're like, "Yeah, greatest day ever." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh,
that's a $1,300 come up."
Yeah,
or 1,200.
Yeah, it's like 12.60. I think they were going for 12.60.
Weird stuff happens on the app. Like last night, ultra rare Lokis went from like 75 to like 250, and I was like, "Oh, I know this is going to go back down. So let me try to floor some for like 220 and 200." And then I woke up this morning and it was back down to like 165. I was like, okay, I missed it. Never mind. But yeah, so sometimes things happen on this app. It's really weird. There's a lot of opportunity. Did you guys any of you guys signed up for VEVE University's the class? Like I was checking it out this morning. It's pretty good. It's like it's really good for people that are newer here, or like people that let's say don't have 12 hours a day to watch everyone's content, and they want to just go and do that. I think it's like $100, and you just get you get like 30 or 40 hours worth of content, and it's like really condensed. So I think that's definitely worth it. It's pretty good.
Cool. I haven't checked it out. Yeah, I saw her tweeting about it. It was sad that it was like she was getting a lot of abuse too, which is brutal. Like just whatever people want to do to like help out other people, and like because she's not like a YouTuber, right? She has a channel, but I think she's mostly on Twitter, right? She's got a nice following there. I mean, I don't know her personally, but I do follow her on Twitter, and she always got good posts. So like, if people want to put something out there, like a course, I mean, it's up to people who, if they want to go for it or not, but that's cool. I mean, I didn't know how you said it was like 30 hours or something that
yeah, it's got over 30 hours worth of content, and she talks really fast. So there's 3
hours. It's 30.
Oh yeah.
Fast talker sounds like me. Sounds like somebody I'd like.
I'm pretty sure, or maybe it's not 30. Maybe it is. Oh no! You're right. I'm sorry. I completely spread fake news. It is. It's just over 3 hours. My apologies.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like $30 an hour, and if you're gonna like that alpha, like that type of knowledge is like, and again, she talks really fast, is pretty invaluable, because if you're gonna go and learn about a new medium that you never had before, and you have a ton of money, you would probably pay hundreds or thousands for that type of thing, and you're getting it for really, really cheap.
I just don't know her, so I would never recommend someone's course I don't know, unless if she sent it to me and said, "Hey, would you look at this? Like, hey, I want to talk to you about a partnership." I would look at it. I would say this is good, or I would say this is not good. So but I think people that knock someone for making a course to make money are honestly, I think they're just jealous because they're not willing to put in the work. Most time, you know what I mean? They're just not willing to put in the work. She probably did a lot of editing, a lot of work.
That takes a lot. My aunt does online courses for like government writing and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
That's no joke, man. You once you get the content down, though, like once you get it down, your course material, then you can then like start to roll. But putting it together and then like putting it out there, that takes a lot of guts. So I'm always supportive of people who are doing stuff like that. Now I don't know like how much she knows, right? But Randy, if you're saying it's great content, man, I mean, I'm going to listen to you.
So I actually
hear her too,
you're my financial advisor, right? This is how this works.
I just mean like if Randy's like, you've been here, like, dude, right? Okay. So I know we've all been here, but like, right. And if you're saying like, it's good, like, have you seen the material? It's good material.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a good bit this morning, but I remember I reached out to her back in March, where I don't think she had a YouTube. And the reason why I reached out because she posted like a clip. It was like a 5-minute clip or something. And I was like, oh, this is really good. There's someone new here and I was like, hey, can I get you on the podcast? Because I thought it was very, that little clip was so valuable. I was like, hey, we should get you on the podcast. But she was like, I'm actually kind of shy, and I don't, we'll do it at some point. It's like, okay. But she was just on Wendy's stream with me. So yeah, she's a lot of good info. She's smart.
Nice. I have to watch that stream too.
Yeah.
Vibes, what about your course, man? You got a course cooking, don't you?
No.
Come on now. Share your knowledge.
But like VEVE University, I think I watched like one of her two of her videos. I didn't know she was on Twitter that much. I honestly didn't follow her on Twitter until like right now. But I did. I did
3,000 subs or something.
Yeah, she's up there on followers on Twitter. But when she put out her little course thing, I just responded to it and I said, "This looks amazing and well organized. I even said, I said, if you want free, because a lot of people are like, this is a scam, and like, why are you posting it? Like, those are a lot of the replies she was getting. And I told them, I'm like, if you want free, like, go ahead and watch 10,000 hours of YouTube videos or lots of off-topic rants on Twitter Spaces, because people go on rants and talk about stuff, and unless you're a speaker, you can't really control the conversation, which is fine some of the time. But and I said, no reason to be negative if someone is providing an informative product directed towards users that value time over their money, which is true. So it's like, it's, I will say this, like, because I looked at some of I haven't bought it, but she has like a outline that kind of shows you like the course curriculum and like kind of like each of the topics. Like there's literally nothing else online that is like that well organized and that has all the condensed information you need in like 4 hours, right? Like if you legitimately want to learn everything about the market, you're going to have to probably, either take the course or watch a video where I talk about the market a bit, and then my collectibles talks about a different aspect of the market. And,
you have to marinate. Right? You're going to have to marinate. Yeah. I'm still learning every day off you guys. I'm marinating here, and I'm not even slightly ready to be cooked.
Yeah. And even like the most recent AMA, right? Like there was so much information given on the AMA that like everyone that did a video missed like 2 or 3 bits of information that like another YouTuber had, but like then he missed 2 or 3 pieces of information like another YouTuber had. So it's like you had to watch like 5 or 6 videos to like kind of get the story right. You're like, okay, he mentioned the same thing that he did, but maybe not. Like, I don't know. Like at this point, it's all speculation. It's kind of interesting. So.
Yeah, then you have people's interpretation of it. Like you could have 6 different people talking about the same thing, but they have wildly different interpretations. Like somebody down there, I think it was Siddiqui, saying like, "Hey, do you guys think we'll hit 3 zeros?" Now we all probably have different different interpretations of whether it will or not, how long it'll be there for, if it won't. So it's what do you guys think? You think that goes there?
Triple zeros.
Triple zeros.
I don't follow OMI enough. Like I own it, right? I have the $500,000, and I'm giving it away, just little bits, and every time I do, I feel very happy, but I also feel like, oh, could that have been something? But no, I think I have to get to a bigger level, and it's always my plan. So I don't know. Like I try to follow it a bit, but I don't know. I know I believe in it big time just because of what's going on, but I don't look at the daily, whatever it's worth. I stopped doing that a while ago with crypto because, I have Ethereum and I have a few others, right? Other coins and stuff. And my Ethereum, actually, I'm just leaving it. Like I'm not even touching it right now. I could convert it over to Canadian and just, I'm just like, well, why? I'm just going to leave it there. And so, if I don't know if it does, it does great. If it doesn't, but like, what do you, Randy, you're thinking like, it's going to take a long time, right? I mean, for it to get to a substantial, but you have enough that you're, if it goes up like even 25%, I mean, that's probably significant for you, right? For me, it wouldn't really do a whole lot. I'm at only $500,000. So, but I'm in the game. Like I got my I got my pinky toe in the door and I'm not pulling it out. I'm leaving it there. I'm going to step in a bit further.
Cool. Randy, are you like 80% net worth or 90?
Like 95, 90, 97, give or take.
Well, what about VEVE collectibles? You're mostly OMI now?
Yeah. I still the only 2 grails that I have are the partner statue and the Fantastic Four #1. And then I kind of, Ben Riley has been 18K before, he's like 2.2K now. But a lot of my net worth comes from my 18 secret rare alligator Lokis, 34 ultra rare, and 198 common. And I can't sell those because I told people that I wouldn't sell them. So I kind of put myself in a box.
Wait, is there no sell date ever? Like, is that forever? Like till Randy's dead? Like the will?
So I did tell people that I didn't say I wouldn't.
What does the contract say?
I didn't say. So I said I would never sell them, but I didn't say that I wouldn't trade them or burn them. Burning might be hard to do because they're my babies, but maybe I could trade at some point.
Oh yeah, dude, trade them. I mean, you could also like, if you really wanted to too. I'm not saying, I personally think you should still sell them. I mean, so I'm just helping you with this. I think you should still sell them, and I tell you that every stream. But I think that if you traded them, you could also tell someone like, hey, if I trade you this Loki, because it's, metadata, will you hold it for 6 months? You know what I mean? Or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you could like ask people to do that too. People would do it.
Yeah, I guess I could do that as well. So I'm not sure what yet, but yeah, I just bought another 12 million OMI last week. So I saw that. Most of my net worth. The only reason why my net worth in OMI would fall maybe below 90%, or actually it might even fall below, like, if we stay down here, it might even fall below like 60% net worth, because Earth 2's crypto is going to be launched within, but probably by Q1 of next year, but maybe earlier, like Q4. And that's probably going to be a couple dollars worth, and I have 38,000 of it. So if it's
a lot,
yeah. So if it's $3, I have over 100K, and then if OMI's still down here, I'll probably sell half of it and get, or I'll sell half of the essence and then get more OMI.
I started DCAing into OMI. I think I'm at like 1.6 now mil.
Ooh,
and I've
nice.
just been DCAing a little bit. Like I was buying at 0011, I think it was, and then it went back up to 1.5, And so now I'm kind of just waiting, because I think we're just kind of in a little bit of a dead cat, right now, and then maybe we'll come back down. I'm not a good trader like with TA. I'm just trying to DCA in lower.
LOL.
Yeah.
You say LOL, LMAO.
Yeah, all the abbreviations. We need MCP and OUP and MTL and OR.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so funny because like some of my family members have watched some of my videos and they're like, because like I try not to abbreviate everything, but you just get used to it, right? And so I'm like, yeah, MCP's coming up pretty quick, and MTL's right around the corner, and like the app needs a little bit of TLC, and they're like, what are you talking about? you sound like you know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Vibe. So what was your birthday party like today? Did you launch a bunch of Roman candles out your window, or you see some of those videos on Twitter there and on YouTube about people like driving down the streets with Roman candles, blasting all the houses and having a great time? Did you do any of that today?
No, not today.
Well, that's later tonight. Later tonight, then, right?
Of course. No, I'm probably going to pass out shortly after the stream and enjoy myself. I'm feeling fine now.
Yeah.
But,
What did you do? Did you go out for dinner? Did you get any presents? Like, what happened?
Honestly, like most of the time, my birthdays, I like to just be chill. Like, usually I've been so used to like friends and family being out of town for like 4th of July weekend. I just usually have like my birthday events like the weekend after, or like 2 weeks later. Like as long as I do it sometime in July, like I'm usually happy.
Yeah.
Show my super chat on the screen.
Let's see. Also, Clint Dow's, thank you so much for the super sticker too, dude. And then what? Show us your Venmo QR.
Everyone, Venmo VEVE Vibes for his birthday.
There you go.
QR.
Venmo.
Put the QR up.
Vibes. You know what you should do, which I haven't done it in like a while. I did it today, where I did every now and then before I go to the gym, I'll just go and I don't know, I'll get like pumped up in my car, like I'll listen to something cool. But I had done I don't know if you ever watched My Hero Academia, where All Might says like United States of Smash in like a really epic way. And I did that in my car. I was like screaming it. I play it now, but I think
the song that When You Say Run, is that the song?
Yes. You Say Run is the song. So I was saying I'd play it now, but I think that might get you demonetized if the music's in the background. So I screamed United States of Smash. Like you can go view it on Twitter. But yeah, I did that. I was like, it felt so good. I had this like rush of endorphins, and you could see like a car backing out behind me, and I was like, you have to try it. Like go to your car and just like scream.
How much pre-workout were you on then? Or pre-workout, whatever your pre-workout is. I told people on Facebook because it was funnier this way. I was like, when the pre-workout kicks in, but I don't take any pre-workout. It's just like me in general, just derpy.
Just go straight in. Oh, that's awesome.
It was a good time.
Yeah. What you got there? I heard a can crack. Do you know?
Me? It wasn't me.
Can?
Oh, is that Vibe then?
That was me eating a snack.
Someone cracked a can.
No, someone cracked a can. Like, have you guys ever done this? Have you ever gone to the movie theater? Oh, there you go. Yeah. Have you ever gone to the movie theater and at a really quiet moment crack a can?
Oh yeah.
Like, because you're not supposed to, right? So it's like the double thing of like you're not supposed to bring drinks in or any kind like pop, whatever, beer or whatever. And so like there's a really quiet moment, and then you just so like people go like annoying, but also breaking the rules, but also badass.
What you need to do is go see a movie where like the very beginning, like the first scene, someone like whispers something, And then the whole movie, you're like, what did they whisper? At the very end of the movie, the last like 5 seconds, right when they whisper it, finally you get to hear it. I can't the whole time. Like, what did they say? That's what I would do.
I've never done it, but I always want to do it. Just wait for a really tense moment, and then just like a big, you know.
I had a couple of friends in that there's this thing called honor guard in the military where it's a special duty. You know, anyone can do it. Where you go and you're like the people that do like the like you have like the rifles and you do like, you know, tone and gun salute and all that, and you know they do all the military funerals, and you're supposed to keep like military bearing, supposed to be respectful, but it's not just military there. It's a lot of civilians because that military person had a family and they had friends, and they said some like wild stuff happens at those funerals where people show up drunk and people like fall in the hole, and like when they're making a speech you just see people cracking open beers. I was like, what? And I'm sad. Well, not that I'm sad, I should have gone to one or a few when I had like an actual military funeral, like not like a hey they happen to be in the military funeral, because apparently funny stuff happens there. So
interesting.
Oh man.
So as someone's asking it, is Dino ripped right now? I think he means me, maybe.
Dino.
I assume so. I think he means me.
I'm ripped on.
Dino's pounding. Dino's pounding back the dew. He's pounding the dew.
You got to get the code red if you want to be a true professional gamer.
Do you guys remember Jolt Cola?
Yes, that had like the most sugar of any drink ever. I
know, Jolt. One time I drank that like at a birthday party in the 80s, and I could not fall asleep. Like literally could not. So we need some Jolt Cola. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but Mountain Dew did that. They added more caffeine or something, right? They did they changed their branding and they went all like, you know, like rock climbing and stuff like that in extreme and like or whatever they did, right?
Do you remember when Mountain Dew put like the internet in charge of naming its new flavor, and then 4chan got a hold of it?
I think I heard this.
And it was like Hitler did nothing wrong was like the winner.
I knew it was something related to Hitler or something like that.
Yeah, it was between that and like drinking McDrink face or something. Like it was between that and
you can't trust us.
You got to give choices. You got to give some choices out there.
If you've ever watched like
blanket it.
No, if you ever watch Twitch chat for longer than like 3.5 minutes, like you'll know never to trust them with anything ever. Like that's just one of my favorite. Like when streamers put like viewers in like too much control was I think it was someone did like a whole chat did like a whole Pokemon run. I think you told me about this, Randy.
Yeah,
Twitch
chat Pokemon.
Twitch plays Pokemon, and so the guy, he had it set up where like any command you put in chat would like direct the characters. If you do up or plus, it'll move. So you had like legitimately thousands of people all trying to control one character, like basically emulating button presses on a Game Boy. So people are like up, down, left, right, they throw away. Just like all these, it's just everything is just going crazy all the time. And apparently, like a religion was like spawned out of it. Like it was kind of a meme religion, obviously, but it's still like a widely held belief. Or something crazy happens.
Yeah, because it was the fastest religion to ever grow to 20 million users. It did it in like a couple days because in the games Red and Blue, I think they were playing Red. You get a choice of which fossil to get. You know, really early in the games, like the Dome Fossil or the Helix Fossil, and you can't use it in battle. You have to revive it at some point later in the game, but they kept trying to use it in battle because that just happens to be where it goes. So they're like, oh, I'll praise the Helix Fossil. It knows all. And it became a religion, like 20 million followers in like a few days. But this is the game that took that, you know, speedrunners can beat it in under 2 hours. And this game took 2 full weeks, like 14 full days to play.
Wow.
Because everyone was going crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a YouTube a rabbit hole that I've gone down before is like speed runs on video games.
Yeah.
Like just random video games, like any video game. It's like, wow, cool. I've done that.
My favorite things for
Summoning Salt.
Summoning Salt.
Summoning Salt?
Yeah, Summoning Salt does these documentaries on speedruns. They're from Mario Kart to like Super Mario. There's Punch Out. They are so good. Like it's like this dude deserves an Academy Award for like the amazing. It's insane.
Well, I was thinking I would start a speedrun side channel and then just be really bad at it. See how many views I get. like
You're like
world, like
slow
speed
run.
run, I don't know, Ghouls and Goblins or something, like some to pick some old game, like and like just be really, really bad at it and be like, oh, well, that wasn't great. That didn't go very well.
Not the speed record.
Yeah. On to my next video. I'll be attempting Mario Brothers in 4 hours.
Yeah. I like watching either documentaries on like how the game was created. Like I think there was one of like Halo 2 that's like really good. I think I remember watching a bit of that. And then also, like you said, speedruns. I like watching speedruns of like games I used to play that were like really hard or whatever it was. So like Tomb Raider or like Metal Gear Solid or Siphon Filter. I'm just listing out a bunch of PS1 games I played as a kid. And
I tried to hook up my PS1, man, and it didn't spin anymore. Like I had a PS1 right in the box, still really nice condition and everything, and I wanted to play the original Resident Evils, and I plugged it into a little TV in my office, like on the other side of my computer. You can't see it. I have this little mini monitor TV, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bust out my PS1 Classic, and it's like, I hadn't played it in years, and I plugged it in, it turned on, everything was great. My memory cards. I had to actually watch a YouTube video about how to like get it to like, it's like going back in time, right, with reverse tech. I had to watch a video about it, and then so I went to play it, and the disc wasn't spinning, and I can't play my Resident Evil, so I sold it.
Damn.
And I bought like about 10 comic books in the app with it, so it was all good.
Okay.
So the speedrun record for Super Mario Bros. Is 4 minutes 54 seconds.
What?
Wow.
So you obviously only play the first and the first 2 levels, and then 4-1 and 4-2, and then 8-1, 2, 3, and 4. So you actually only play 8 levels total, but yeah, they get the what do you call it? They beat the whole game in under 5 minutes. Wow. And it's actually frame perfect, meaning that you cannot do it any faster. It's physically impossible. Like it's down to the frame. It's insane.
Wow. Have you seen those? That's nuts, man. Have you guys seen the what's the game, the Mario game where you can create your own worlds?
Oh, Mario Maker?
Yeah. And you see these crazy videos about people doing those. Like, and they're like death run on Fortnite now. They're just insane, right? Like you just like, it's just, I can't even like imagine like somebody puts one together and they have this giant flaming, like, circles. It's nuts. It's nuts.
It's so, but you can only upload it if it's shown that you can beat it. So every level is beatable, but it's so insane. And it makes you such a better Mario player.
Yeah. It's like practice, right?
Yeah. Speaking of, Nameless is back, and so he says, I will make content in the near future. You will know who I am once you see it. For now, have you guys checked GameStop Instagram? Interested to see Disney villains. Huh.
Oh, dude, they come out with like figures on GameStop, like
I feel like we got Bob Iger on our hands. I think he's in my chatting me up. He's the chairperson of Disney, in case you're wondering.
Oh,
Bob Iger. Oh, he's here.
Yeah, we have the Queen, and we have the Queen in the VEVE app, and so GameStop has this really 2.1 million followers. The GameStop NFT marketplace, will be available on Immutable X. There's probably not a big stretch to say that VEVE collectibles might be on there at some point, because if they're interoperable with Immutable X, and so are we, it might not be until next year, but I could see that coming at some point.
It's going to be huge. I'm genuinely curious to see which IPs are going to allow themselves to be put on Immutable X. I think it's fairly obvious, like, all the independent artists, DC's already done it, so all the DC collectibles will probably end up on there.
Todd.
The Todd. I feel like that one.
See how you battling out with Vader today? Todd and Vader are battling it out again.
2.5, I think they were both at.
Todd's up to 2.7. People are like, nope.
Nice.
Yeah. People are like, no. As soon as the word went out that they were battling, I saw like a few people tweet about it. I checked Todd. He's 2.7. Somebody's like, we're not. Somebody's like, I'm not letting it happen.
Yeah, this is like the OGs versus the whales or something like that. It's like the OG. There wasn't enough whales early on, so it's just the OGs, and they're just battling it out with the whales.
Well, I started to wonder today, guys. And like, if you guys probably watched me freak out when I got my Todd, right? Because it's like the greatest moment I've ever had on VEVE when I finally acquired him. And I'm starting to look at both of them, right? And I'm trying to like take my heart out of it and like just be, you know, smart about it and try to be like, which is better? Maybe I get another Vader and sell the Todd for it. I mean, I like to diversify, but with less editions, higher selling fee, and you know, somebody tweeted something today that kind of hurt my soul a little bit, and they said, "What do you think someone's going to care about in 5 years? The first Batman statue or Vader's FA?" And I was just like, and you know me, like look at my background, right? Like, you know, Star Wars nut. And I was just like, because you know, Todd's like for me the king, right? Like it's always been that way because I just came to the app and I was always like, wow, that's the first. And I love McFarlane too, right? And Batman. So I'm just like, do I sell my Todd with the lower fee right now? And you know, like, because it would be, and then I just go grab another Vader instead.
They're both good.
Just have two of those instead of one of each. And I just it's so tough for me because, and I full disclosure here to you guys, like I sold my Superman a little while ago, and for me that was tough because I've been a Superman fan, but I just feel like like right now, like the people, like I'll get him back again, but right now and for I don't know how long, they, you know, people, it's just like people just won't let him fly, right? Like every time he comes up, people sell him because of the fee. And they just won't let him take off, right? And watch, he'll take off as soon as I said this, right? But like the same thing, like I sold him, and then what I did is I bought 3 Secret Rare Comics duplicates. Then I could maybe sell them later and get him back with maybe some more profit, right? And I don't usually play that kind of game, but I just, you know, so with Todd, I'm sitting there going like, do I just lock him away? Like that's what my plan was, to lock him away. But then I see Vader right up next to him now. And I'm just like, oh, they're like right there. And then Todd went boop back up again, right? Someone's like, nope. I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get in a big discussion about it necessarily, but it's you know, starting to get into my head, and I don't want it to, right? I just wanted to have both. But I don't know.
That's tough. And that was actually a question. Actually, we'll kind of entertain this really quick. Then I was going to ask a question. Colton says, I watched the Halo 2 video, and the lady who created the storyline is doing the Batcals project. Crazy. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of cool.
That's cool.
And I actually
doing the Batcal storyline.
Yeah. What the
Are
hell?
we doing that right now?
It's a ripoff. Well, right now it's just been, so I wasn't there for the first question. Like I completely forgot because they asked a thing. I
have my Batcal. I just missed it. I don't even know if I got the email. I might have deleted it by accident. You know, the one where they tell you like, oh, now's the time to vote. I think I deleted it by accident with like, you know, because you know, every time I get a Twitter, like every time I get a message in the creator chat, I get an email, right? I have to do something about that. So like I think
I would maybe turning that off would be good.
Yeah, I might want to turn that off, but I think I might have deleted it. So
yeah, because you guys we all have Batcals, right? All 4 of us, maybe Randy.
Yeah, I got one.
I don't.
Oh, Randy, come on!
You would have sold one of your 200 alligator Lokis to.
Dude, you look good in the Batcal. You could, if you got Photoshop, you could just put it right on your head, and like, I want to be able to like walk around with it one day in the metaverse, or I don't know what.
Trade.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm just a slave to Omi, and like I looked at it as like, okay, it's $300, or I could get another, you know, a couple 100,000 Omi. And then I was like, oh, like 100-something thousand, you know, 200,000 Omi, might as well. But then, you know, you have something like the Batcal event, which was amazing. I don't know if you saw any videos of that. That it was the day before NFT NYC. It was on that Monday. It was so cool. It was like an open bar. It was like basically an escape room, but for a Batman themed escape room. You had to figure things out, and it was honestly, even without the open bar, it would have been cool. But then like but halfway through they had these limited run of comics as well. So me, Crypto Rain, Dr. Stuff, and Justin Apple Pie, we bought like 25 comics each, and they only made like 500 of them, and they were only made at the you could only get them at Spyscape, so they're only at that event. It was a really limited release.
Like printed ones?
Yeah. I have one. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, love to see it. Dude, I feel like that's actually how some comics end up being like really expensive, right? Like, because that's like the first printed run of a Batcal NFT like comic run or whatever. Like that's actually really cool.
So they're only what do you call it? There's only
nice
500 that were made, and so these two are actually my cousin Steph's. But I have like a bundle.
Just Vibe's head.
Sorry, I was trying to. How do I change it to where it's just Randy? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, you don't want to show them, right? Vibes is like, no.
I was trying to. Okay, I think I just do this, right?
Yeah. Okay. So there's the back, and so I haven't read it, and I guess I don't want to spoil it. I'll just show you a quick artwork of something in the middle. Oh, not that. I'll go and just say like, okay, Batman and Robin. I don't know if there's a Bat-Cowl in here. I assume there is at some point, but it was a special thing. And oh no, this is what happened at the event, because there's Oracle in there. Spoilers. Not gonna disregard. But there's so that was fun, and that gives like the Bat-Cowl utility, and they'll do something. They have like 2.5 years of utility planned out. I do like the project, and DC's done really well at marketing it. They haven't done any marketing for VEVE, but they have a little bit for Hero, and they have a lot for the Bat-Cowl. So it'll probably be good. But I think even right now they were 300 per Bat-Cowl. I think the floor of the Bat-Cowl is now like 390. So they've gone up. So it's cool. It's good so far.
Yeah, I got mine 5 or 6 days before, like I signed up for it before the drop or whatever it was, and I just said, I'm gonna get one, just why not? And then they sent me my district, and then I bought a legendary like comic disc thing, and then I basically have not looked at it, and that's okay. Like I'm not, because it's not like a daily thing, right? I've went into the market and looked around a few times for fun, but I haven't done anything with it. I haven't looked at it, and that's like I didn't even see the email where you can vote. And so I'm just kind of like, holding it. And but I'm glad I'm holding it just for fun. Like I really bought that just for fun. Like, it's a certain amount of money. But for me, I was like, you know what? I can throw this amount of money at it. I can sell a few toys over here, like from my shelf. And then I can just get one and, let's see what happens. Go along for the ride. And I should probably see if I can dig that email up so I can maybe do a vote or something like that. But
I bought it to be in. I bought it to be in and not out, and to flip it. Like I have no other intent with
there you go, Dino. God, don't you want to contribute to the storyline and be like, no, Dino, you have great ideas. Come on.
But their ideas are probably like pre-generated, right? Like I have probably 3 choices.
Yeah, that's actually exactly how it works. I did it today, and today was supposed to be a test. Because I did it today, and it was supposed to be the title of the comic, and it just gave 3 different options, and it's like pick one of the 3. So it's not.
I want the Mountain Dew option. I want to pick like Slurpee Slurp, big dog. Stupid stuff.
I don't know. Just do it.
Yeah, I want to make the title stupid, like Batman loves Superman, and Superman is better than me. Like
just make a total spoof. It's like, do you want this to be a comedy or a horror? Like I want to pick the genre so I could just have nothing but just like dark jokes about how he's like an orphan and all that stuff.
See, they don't want me.
That's like the whole comic thing.
They need to buy
it's all dressed up in like everyone's dressed up in like kitty versions, and it's like more kitty cartoon. I think of the drawings like the Uncommon comic that was today, like that little kind of like cartoon comic, or not like old paper comics.
What's the name of the artist there? Because he's got a bunch now on the app, including that Ultraman poster,
Scotty Young,
right? Yeah, that you're talking about the little. I think it's the Uncommon today, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's somebody who tweeted they're collecting all of his stuff.
Did you see the Uncommon, like the low mints on the Uncommon?
How many are on that? I didn't realize today's comic was a lower amount.
I think it was like 20,000 of them, so it wasn't that much lower. It wasn't like a 10,000 one, but the actual the low mints of the Uncommon, I don't think this was ever done before, but they're all owned by one person. It's
really
it's this account called Clever Jerk. I don't know how much.
I've seen that person.
He's a whale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how much he spent on it, but it was it had to be probably easily in the 5 figures. I'm looking at it right now. If we go to edition low to high, and you apply it. Clever Jerk has numbers just has a bunch of those. 204 up through like 229. Yeah, 229. I mean, there's another one. There's 237, but he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has the bottom 7.
That guy's a clever jerk.
There is this YouTube channel. Speaking of the Clever Jerk, there's a YouTube channel that just did a video on the. It's called Will Goes Meta. I don't know. I haven't heard of him. I'm gonna start watching him. But the video, he's got 1,000 subscribers.
Okay.
He's got
I've seen him. Yep.
Okay, and he did a video like a couple hours ago about a Vader collection that has the number 66, ultra rare, uncommon, and the common, and that's also Clever Jerks.
Oh yeah.
Clever Jerk's got such a.
Wait, you don't know him, Randy? I thought you knew Clever Jerk.
I do. I didn't know it went this deep. I didn't know.
Like, bro, he's a fucking whale, dude. He has so many. If you pull up his profile, dude, he's loaded. His mints are freaking insane. Like, they're all lined up. They're all palindromes or matching or low mint or key years. Or like, I think he owns 626 Stitch. Like, dude, he owns some crazy stuff.
Yeah, the dude is
I'll send him a DM right now. He'll come in the stream. He'll be like,
yeah. Would you say he's like on par with like Dr. Profit or like the collectible?
No, not
Profit's a floor sweeper.
Well, Profit's just a
different kind of whale.
He's a different kind of whale. Like, I'm pretty sure he's got
like humpback and sperm whale. Like, it's too.
I'm pretty sure he's got at least 1 billion, if not multiple billions. But the and there's going to be more like him coming in.
He's a nice billionaire, hey Randy.
I've had what do you call it? A conversation with Clever Jerk, inviting him on the podcast, and he likes to stay private. He's like,
I asked him too. He's like, he doesn't like it. He just likes to DM.
Yeah, which is fine.
My son came up with an idea the other day. He's 12, right? And he does the drops too on the iPad with me. And so he had this idea. We were chit-chatting. It was really, really kind of funny. And I really want to see this happen, just as it would be just so rad to see it. But he's like, and he's starting to get the concept of people who can go in and just wipe something out, right? Like wipe out a comic or something or whatever, right? He's starting to understand that because, we've been chatting a bit and he's like, okay. And so the notion that somebody like that, I would love to see this. And I hope this happens one day. They just put out a message like on Twitter or something like that. And they're like, tomorrow morning, I'm buying everything of one particular item that I want. You guess what it is. You got 24 hours to prepare. Like, just like, and then the whole community is like, holy crap, what's going to happen? Or it would be even better and even more ballsy or whatever, right? Guy, girl, whatever. With gutsy, I'll say gutsy, right? Would be like to tell you which one it's going to be.
Oh my
God.
God.
Say, it's going to be gone, everyone. I'm doing it all. Like, or then my son took it to another level because this is his little funny little fantasy, right? He's like, could you imagine? And then he took it to another level. And I love the way his mind works. He's like, what if it was like a brand new account that nobody even knew who it was? Like a new Twitter account that got made. And it was some name, like like cryptic, whatever, right? Like some like crazy name. And then like, we didn't even know who that was. And they said, I'm new. I'm a whale. I'm buying all of this. You have 24 hours. Or like, and the whole community would be like, what? Well, what is this real? And then the next day, boom, they're all gone.
Yeah. Someone that just joins in, he's like, I'm new to VEVE. I have 2 million gems and I only want to buy one thing. What do I buy?
Yeah. And you have 24 hours.
Like anything on that
countdown's
list.
On.
It's almost like holding, I don't know why, but when you said that, it reminds me of movies that are like holding people ransom. Like, I want this amount of money, this amount of time. You're going to tell me. You have 24 hours before the money's doubled. Or
that was his little mind, right? He's all like, "Oh, could you imagine if that happened? Oh, he watches that YouTuber like Mr. Beast, right? Like, say Mr. Beast is like, "Oh, I like VEVE now," and Mr. Beast is like, "Oh, hey, by the way, on my channel, I'm gonna buy one collectible in the app. I'm just gonna buy all of them tomorrow. Which one's it gonna be? Tune in to find out." And then like everyone's like, "Holy crap!" Because if I was in that position. And I know I'm in VEVE because I'm a bit biased, But I would do that if I had like that kind of like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to do this tomorrow. And I'm not going to tell you which one it is. And you're all going to find out. And it'll be like something random, like a stamp or something. I don't know.
Dude, that's a Mr. Beast video. Imagine if Mr. Beast joined, dude. He would just do that kind of stuff.
Well, because that's where my son's head was at, because he watches him and other ones like that are really big, and they do all sorts of crazy fun stuff and and giveaways and things. And but you know what I mean. It's just kind of fun, right? It's like, what would you do if you had like $1 million right now? Say you won some lottery ticket or who got some inheritance or lucky or whatever, found something in a cave, right? Like a stash.
Like Uganda, that found 12 trillion of gold.
Yeah. And then you're like, I got to take it. I'm going to take it right into VEVE. What would you wipe out? Because I would love myself to be able to just wipe something out, like whatever it is. I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah. That'll happen within the next year, and not even from an individual. That'll happen from hedge funds. That'll happen from ETFs. That'll guarantee you. Like, have you heard of? I think it's CPF or CBK. It's a fund in India. I'll see if I have it here. It is so CPF. I'm sorry, it's in Singapore, and like a month or two ago, it was like right after VCon, the Singapore Supreme Court had said, hey, NFTs are assets now, and you can buy them and they're fine. So like 4 days after that, CPF of Singapore, they had gone on and put out like a statement saying, hey, we're updating what we're buying. And they're buying the normal boring stuff, but they're also buying NFTs. And if I'm a manager of and what it's a giant hedge fund that is basically has everybody in Singapore's 401ks, it's much easier for me to tell my clients and sell them on the idea of, we're getting the first appearance of Mickey Mouse on the blockchain versus we're getting a pixelated ape, and they're not going to have an idea what a Bored Ape is, and like, what is this? There's like 10,000 when they all look the same. It's much easier sell to get Disney NFTs or Darth Vader or
big brand.
And that's just in Singapore. I guarantee you there is a bunch of American companies that do that probably in the next 6 months, maybe 3 months. Some of them
crazy, right?
Some of them I might even have on my channel soon. I don't know.
Oh,
that'd be exciting.
Remember earlier today, Dino, when you're having your Walt discussion on that was a really great stream too. And I think I threw up the question because I was throwing all sorts of funny, stupid, silly numbers. And
everybody you had good questions. I liked them.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, I was like, remember that question? I said, would you take one Walt or like 4,000 Alpha Flight, the new Alpha Flight comic, 4,000 commons? Because that's sort of what it would equate to it. With around 2 to 3.
No, I liked it. You had you did a lot of good comparisons.
Well, could you I know there's 21,000 of them, but so let's say, you take 4,000 of them, you just corner the market. I mean, there would always be way more, but could you like it would, I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I don't have the resources to do it, but like if you had like just a common comic at 2 gems, I know it would go up to 5 eventually, right? If you bought them all, but
yeah,
like how much would it take to just wipe out a single common comic? And then, it would just be hilarious. Your MCP points would be pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I know a guy that's just a normal guy, just a friend, who owned I think it's 1,300 commons of Web of Spider-Man 32.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
He owns 1,300 just because he's like, I like this book, I'm gonna buy it out.
Is that the Grave book? Where he's
I don't remember.
No,
it's not. No, it's not the Grave one. I don't think.
Because I love that comic.
Really?
Where he's climbing out of the grave.
Yeah.
Like with the Craven story. Yeah.
Yo, your questions were good earlier. It was fun comparisons. I would actually disagree a little bit though. I think actually people probably know Bored Apes as NFTs before they know about VEVE. They know about Darth Vader, but they don't know about Darth Vader NFT. If people think about NFTs, they think about Bored Apes, I would say.
That's the people that are in the crypto and NFT space. But most people...
No. I would say if you went out on the street right now and anyone that you asked about an NFT, they're not going to know about VEVE. They're going to know about a Bored Ape. If they don't know about NFTs, they're not going to know about anything. But if they know about NFTs, like they've heard of it, because Bored Apes are in the news, right? So, I mean, I think that they're probably more well-known now, you know, especially with all the controversy. Now there's like a ton of controversy.
Yeah, easily that if you're in the space, you're gonna, you know, Bored Ape is like some of the NFTs that is kind of like the face. But my argument is that most people in India or I'm sorry, Singapore probably don't know anything about NFTs. So they probably the majority, like 90-something%, fall in that category of not knowing what a Bored Ape is and not knowing that VEVE's on.
That might be true, yeah.
So yeah, that's the argument.
Yeah. That's why I think the best way to market VEVE is just like, yeah, I know NFTs. It's like market it as digital collectibles, and then you just start listing off all the IPs. Because I was almost going to do that for the Jurassic World thing, because I bought a ton of extra tickets, actually for the two guys below me. Or well, Dino did it himself, and I bought some for 2 Canadians actually.
Did I reimburse you fully for those, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I just want to make sure. Yeah. I just want to make sure. Just make sure you got
both the Canadians. You and Kobe collects both paid.
I did send you Canadian currency, right? And I don't know if you can use that up there down there.
I can only get I don't know Canadian bacon and maple syrup.
I sent you some maple syrup and.
So,
maybe play lacrosse, because that's the sport of Canada, right? That's actually the national sport, I heard, is lacrosse.
Yeah, lacrosse is technically the national sport, even though it's hockey and curling all the way. Like hockey, of course, guys, we dominate in hockey. Come on. Don't even talk to me about anything about hockey. Don't even though the Stanley Cup's been in the United States since 1993. And it really hurts us up here, even though you guys probably don't care. 1993 was the last time a Canadian team won the Stanley Cup. And even though most of the players are Canadian, you know, like 70%, it's been in the United States for like 30 years.
Yeah, it's no different like Canadian football
up here. It doesn't matter which team wins it. We just want it. I don't know. It's like a national thing, right? Like, so anyway, whatever. I won't talk about that tonight.
We'll give you guys a W.
What's your guys' what's Canada's national animal? Like, we have the bald eagle. What's Canada's?
It's either the moose or the beaver, probably.
Moose would make sense because they're huge.
I like how you're giggling.
Beaver's like, why pick the beaver?
I don't know. I'm laughing for a few reasons.
Got to be an angry beaver.
I like that you're giggling about it.
I'm laughing for a few reasons because, you know, like we got some, like, you know, maybe the bear, right? The Wolverine, you know, the wolf, right? No, the beaver.
Oh my god,
the beaver. I you know, to be honest, like Randy, like, I mean, well, by the way, just speaking of eagles, okay, so I'm on Vancouver Island. That's right, I reside. It's the island is as big as, like, it's bigger than like Germany. Like,
is that the bear island where like the big Kodiak bears are?
Thankfully, no.
Okay,
but there are black bears here, which are a bit smaller. But yeah, that would be scary. But no, I mean, well, not really. Actually, I mean, you know, they keep their distance, right? But the Vancouver Island is a massive island. It's right across this, like, you know, from Vancouver, the city, right? So it's where our capital city. Anyway, doesn't matter. But the point is that we have eagles here too, right? And I was literally in the lake this past weekend on Canada Day, you know, with my family. We're swimming at this little lake, and this eagle comes flying like out of nowhere, like huge, and just scoops up a fish right out of the water, right in front of us, right? And he was flying, like he or she was like flying right at me. I don't know how to tell the difference, sorry, but they're flying right at me, like with a fish, like in the talons. And I kind of got a little bit frightened for just a second, because I was like, okay, it already has its food, so it's not coming after me. Right over our heads, we were in the water, and everyone was like, holy smokes. And I've seen a lot of wildlife in my life because, you know, we're up in Canada, but that was as close as I've ever been to like an eagle. And that was just a couple of days ago. It was massive. And it wasn't even probably the biggest, you know, versions or whatever you call it, you know, but so anyway, side story, sorry.
No worries.
There's I don't know if you, I love this meme where it's the caption is like, you ever wonder what's going on in a beaver's mind? Like, what do they think when they're looking at a running stream? Do they just think absolutely not, and then just go and build a dam? Yeah. Like, I don't know why.
Killing random trees. Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Someone had to get us back on track, which is Sean ZZ. Amazing Fantasy. Can we talk about it?
Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
I'm
Sean.
gonna leave it that open ended, and whatever you guys think. I'm not even gonna direct the combo.
Dude,
oh my god, I've
been having combos about it too. It's crazy.
I'm frightened, Dino. Are you like, dude? Like, I want that one coming, but I have anxiety.
I think we just don't know what to expect. That's why I'm kind of like nervous, because like,
I will get one. Like, I don't know what version. I don't know what rarity. I don't know, like, I will get one.
Yeah.
And if there's a common cover, I will acquire one. I will buy it in the market. Like, I don't care. But I'm like kind of anxiety about it because I'm like,
I want the secret rare,
man. So. Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course, everyone does. But I'm
going to probably try to get it, like, depending on the price.
Or to go buy it. Like, what do you think, Randy? Because, like, I know Vibes asked her. Well, actually, it was Sean there. But, I mean, something like that. Okay, let's say it's 21,000. Right? Let's say it's a 21,000. It's a 30,000 comic. I honestly, I truly believe this, that Amazing Fantasy 15 Secret Rare beats Marvel Comic 1. Like, I really do. And I know Marvel Comic 1 is got, I know the common beats it easily. I really think the Secret Rare beats it. And I really do think it's going to surpass it. If it's a standard Secret Rare, like 500, like, 600, I'm not predicting it, wanting it to. I just think because it's Spider-Man's FA and it's like the most, the only other comic I think that would beat it in the world would be Action Comics 1, honestly, in the entire world at this moment. So I don't know. Like, it's going to be the fact that I'm even thinking about that, though, because I don't own a Secret Rare Marvel Comics 1. In fact, I don't own any Marvel Comics 1 at the moment because I want to get a low mint common, but I just, they're expensive. So. But I think it beats Marvel Comics 1 eventually. I don't know about day one, but you know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think, man? You've been here.
It's going to be a lot of FOMO, and I think you would need a good. I think you would need a good couple of days, if not a week, before things like settle for it. Yeah. Maybe even 2 weeks, because there's. What do they announce the comic, like a couple days before they drop it?
Yeah.
If some people that maybe are like, oh, it's a comic, and maybe they'll follow Sleep In or Comics Crypto, whoever they follow, and they find out like the day before or even the day of, this isn't just your normal comic, and this is you go for hundreds of thousands on it's in a high grade, and it's going to be a huge grail. I think people might be like, oh, I didn't know it was like that. And for someone that maybe has to sell stocks or they have to sell whatever, it might take them a couple of days to wire in that money or ACH it. So I think that you would have to wait probably a week to see where it settles. And I was thinking that they might do it like on San Diego Comic-Con, but I think that would take away from some of the like, it's big enough where it would take away the value of a lot of the other stuff at Comic-Con. Nobody's going to care about much of the other things if Amazing Fantasy 15 comes out. So I think they would have to wait on it for a while. What do you guys think when we might get it?
I think we could get it at San Diego Comic-Con. I think we could. So because I think we're getting it.
I think we're getting it.
Yeah, I think we are too. So
I'm outvoted here.
I think we're getting it. Do you not think we're getting it?
Not at San Diego. I think, like I said, that it would take away from a lot of the value. I mean, they're probably have a bunch of drops.
AMA, dude? Did you listen to David Yu?
Yeah.
It sounded like it was close. I don't know. It sounded close.
Because remember when the guy asked that question, he was like fumbling over his words for like 10 seconds. Remember?
He was like amazing.
Really he was like, I didn't know. Yeah. He was going through like 15 different ways to like not spoil it in his head within like a 10-second window. He's like, and I know he's just, I don't think he was more nervous to probably just like not say the wrong thing, because eventually he basically said like, all right, we have it. It's just, we're just trying to find the right time. And
I'm sure that, but I don't know when that is.
I think it's
kind of like a situation almost where we were all anticipating Vader at the Anaheim celebration, and we're like,
I was
and to
surprised.
me, it's almost like it's that level, right? Like, I mean, I'm, whatever it comes, cool, great. And you know what? You're probably right, Randy. If it came after, like, say, because I think it's like Spider-Man's anniversary in August, right? So if it comes after, like 3 weeks later, maybe that's best for everybody, right? And best for whatever they drop. Did they say they're going to drop like 5 drops a day?
Yeah, I heard that too. That they're going to do 5 VEVE drops a day.
That's a lot.
Yeah, at the Comic-Con. So I don't know what that means. Like, there obviously won't be all comics. It'll be all sorts of cool stuff.
Yeah, because the way Reset it was like, oh, we're dropping 5 con exclusive drops a day. And then shortly after that, I don't know if it's a new sentence or the same sentence, but then he was like, all right, we're going to do 5 drops a day. Come see me and like David Yu at the booth. And I'm like, wait, is this like a physical thing? Do you have to like be there to like, they're giving away like 5 maybe physical comics or like NFT code, promotional codes you can then apply. Like, what does this really mean?
Promos. So, maybe it's promos, right?
I think it might be promos because right now we have 120 comics on the app, maybe 130. And we're just going to get 20 within 4 days. Like 25 in like 4 or 5 days. Like that just seems like a lot and such a short amount of time. I just don't think there'd be even enough time to like recovery time between like markets and all the drops. I mean, there'd be a drop every like 2 hours.
Be like Decon last year, right after the golden moments. Yeah. I couldn't get my hands on a partner statue because the market was closed. Every time it reopened, the partners went up 2,000. It went from like 2,100, then the market closed, and I was like, okay. And then it opened up, and it was 3,000, and it closed, and I was like, okay. And it opened up, and it was 5,000. I was like, it's gone. And I was having a conversation with my wife in the living room. It's 5,000 now. What are we gonna do? It's like, oh no.
I mean, it is Comic-Con, and we're supposed to have some big announcements, and apparently we're going to be next to the Marvel booth, so who knows?
Yeah. So that's why I think we might get Amazing Fantasy, because it's like this is the first San Diego Comic-Con they've had in like 3 years because of COVID and all that stuff. And there's supposed to be some big announcements apparently from like Marvel, just about storyline stuff with the MCU.
They're going to be announcing Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah. And then on top of that, it's like VEVE is also going to be like at the Marvel booth. So I think like that's kind of the perfect time for both like VEVE and Marvel to both just have it make sense to drop Amazing Fantasy. But
are you guys going? San Diego Comic-Con?
I can't.
No, I can't. Yeah, and I heard
I'm way up here, dude. I'm in Canada. I can't make it.
It's okay. I'll live stream for everyone. I got this.
Yeah, I'll be watching your stream. Yeah, like I'll be watching. I'll be there like digitally.
I can't wait. I'm gonna. I feel like, I feel like a groupie where like girls or whoever follow like a band around Europe or follow a band around wherever. I feel like I follow VEVE wherever they go, and they're like, "All right, this guy's coming to too much events. We got to excommunicate him."
Love it.
But
I can't wait to go. I look back on the Decon one there, the little party you guys went to, and I'm just like, vibes, you and me, we should have been there, man. We should have done something. I didn't realize it would look really. I mean, it was small, right? But it looked so awesome, and
yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I just can't wait to do something like that, because now I think that if you go to like the San Diego Comic-Con, or if you go to like the London one, or the one that I'm going to try to go to is in November. How close am I going to get? To like David, and I mean, hopefully I get the chance to meet you guys in person. Obviously, I would assume that I you guys might shake my hand or something. That would be cool. But like, just for a minute.
Let's go.
Just for a minute.
You guys might get I mean, I don't. Dino, did you get any like celebrity status at Decon?
Yeah. I mean, people, not as much as you probably, but yeah, people were like, I think I signed one autograph, took a bunch of pictures, but just hung. It was fun to meet everyone, right? It was fun to hang out, and like it's cool to meet everyone, and people know who you are. It's kind of fun, it's a good time. To answer about AF15, this might be bad. I actually am almost approaching it like I'm game planning like it's already announced. Like perfectly honest, like I'm kind of prepping like it's already coming, like in about a month. And I think that if you're not prepping like it's coming in a month, you're not thinking this through at all, because AF15 is bigger than probably anything we have on the app right now, except for MC1. Yeah, except for MC1. And so, and arguably, when you talk to different comic guys say different things. It's better, it's equal, it's a little bit less. Like, but it's always right around there. And MC1 Secret Rare is 30K. So, you know, just take that into account. This drop will be heavily botted. We probably won't even get it, I think, unless VEVE does KYC, full KYC before. This is probably the best time VEVE could drop it, though. If they would drop it right now, I think that would be absolutely incredible. In a bear market, you know, if we had full KYC rollout in this bear market, all of us would have some chance.
I think we're supposed to mid-month.
Yeah, I think there's a reason why VEVE's
KYC'd mid-month, so it lines up. It lines up perfect. That's just another reason I think that we could be getting it, because you know we got Vader at the Anaheim thing, and I mean at the Star Wars Celebration, and that was just a no-brainer. This just seems to me. I mean, unless they drop DC Comics, like they could surprise us and open up. All of a sudden, you're going to get DC, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I just don't think it's DC's not even going.
Yeah, we're more likely to get
with Marvel
than DC, I think.
Yeah.
And same thing with the you know, honestly, us getting Vader, that surprised me. I didn't think I'm like, there's no way VEVE's dropping the biggest, most relevant villain character, not of just Star Wars, but probably of all time, probably right next to Joker. I'm like, there's no way we're getting it this early. And that's like that's the very first premium digital collectible we got for Star Wars. I mean, aside from Golden Moments, but but at least with the AF-15, I think it's almost like the month of February, right? Preparing for Pokemon, right? It's like, it's almost better to prepare for it and just have it not happen than not prepare for it. And then it happens. And now all your shit is very down in price. You didn't liquidate anything to have enough gems for Pokemon. And so it's like, it's kind of the same thing here. It's like, it's almost better to prepare for AF-15 and just not follow through.
Get gems. Like, don't wait. It's just like Pokemon. If you think it's coming, you should get gems. Like, you shouldn't like wait until it's announced, because that's what causes massive gem squeezes. Like,
well, people are wondering if it's 100K mint size. I don't know.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce. This Domino's is not feeling so good at me. I love you guys. Happy birthday. I love you. Bye.
Struggling. See ya. I'll have to change this up. This looks weird. There it goes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think it matters either, MC.
Yeah, no, I don't even know. Like, I don't think we're gonna get 100K mint on the Amazing Fantasy. I don't think that at all. I don't see why would they over I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe
Vader mint was like really nice, right? Like, I don't see now. I would say 30,000 comic like normal or lower. If they go lower, that's gonna be really wild. Like,
it won't go lower.
I don't see they're not gonna go higher than Marvel Comics 1. That would to me that would be you know, because they're trying to attract comic collectors, right? And they don't want some like overproduced item, like, you know, like in the real world, very popular, but Spider-Man 1, like, you know, the McFarlane, like overprinted in the real world. It's better here in the app than it is in the real world. So, I mean, they know the audience. They don't want some like massive, they don't want Amazing Fantasy 15 and everybody's got it. Like, that's not what they want, right? Because it means nothing. Then it would diminish it. You know, so
I think they usually keep those lower editions for like less popular comics. I think their new status quo is like, all right, if it's a relevant comic or we think it's done pretty well sales physically, maybe we'll do it like 30K. But if it's like a brand new comic that no one's really heard of, or it has like a weird, you know, it's just not popular, they might do a 10K run. So I know a lot of
they'll mirror this one. Hey, Dino, they'll mirror the mint number on that.
Please no.
There's a prediction for you guys. Why not? They gave us this one at that mint number, and then that low edition mint. Imagine if they did this.
Very low.
Buckle up, folks.
Because I think they're either going to stick to their current formula of 30,000 editions. Rare and ultra rare are the VEVE exclusive covers. What I think is more likely is I think they're just going to do Marvel Comics all over again. 60,000 mints, because they know the relevance of it. They want to have plenty of commons to go out to people, because the common is the most, you know, it's the classic cover, right? So 48,000 editions of that, just like Marvel Comics 1. And like, could you imagine being the artist that are like, hey, like, we're VEVE, we're doing an NFT company or whatever. It's like, we want you to do Amazing Fantasy 15 alternate cover for us. And they're like, wait, what? They're like, that's gotta honestly be a, you know, an honor and a privilege to do it. But it's just like, that's almost like too much pressure for like a single artist, I feel like, or just, you know, whatever the time or cost it's going to be. So it's like, maybe just
what if they didn't do any, what if they only did one copy? The first time ever. They just dropped one cover.
Or
like
maybe
no
two
secret
covers,
rare,
like common
no,
and secret rare.
No
that
5 variations.
They actually could.
No alternate covers. Just
That's
the common.
cool.
Boom.
I like
and they just give us like 30,000 of them. Just one.
That's really cool.
Like, why not? Would that not be the comic to do it? Just give us the common. Just give us the cover. Don't give us some artist rendition, some weird secret rare with a panel.
Holy shit! The low mint on that, one will go insane because it's the only way to distinguish yourself from anyone else.
Yeah, just think about how fun that would be. They say, "Oh no, it's Amazing Fantasy 15. It's one cover. We're not touching it." Just like if they came out with Action Comics 1,
dude,
no, we're not doing another artistic rendering. We're not doing a panel on the secret. We're just giving you just the cover.
Dude, that's dope.
I like that.
I like that too.
Maybe just for fun, throw in like one secret rare, of course. Like a single secret rare, but like
oh my gosh, like 007, a single secret rare.
Yeah, like maybe it's like because I think it's 1972 is the year it came out.
Oh, so 1972 secret rares. No.
Yeah, so like one secret rare that has just that unique number, the 1 of 1 number, and then
all
the
Amazing Fantasy.
Yeah, Amazing Fantasy. So
I think
Amazing Fantasy
is it like 62, right?
Yeah, 1962. I think that's the year it came out.
Yeah.
So if that one mint was just the secret rare, but all the rest are commons, that would be kind of crazy too.
they could technically do whatever they wanted in their little mixed bag of how they release it. But I don't think it's going to go that way. I just thought, well, what if they did that? I mean, they're doing
that would be cool.
Different things. I mean, they could give us the Marvel Comics treatment where it's just the same cover except for the secret rare. I wanted always if I was like somehow could go back in time and talk to VEVE, I would want the secret rare to be the common cover personally. You know, like if the secret rare on all these comics was just the original comic, that would be incredible. I mean, imagine Amazing Spider-Man 1, the secret rare is actually the comic. Like just that would be, I mean,
I wonder if VEVE actually entertained that thought, but I think relatively early on, it seems like David, you just knew like, all right, we're going to make the most popular or the most wanted thing be the common because that's the one everyone wants. But
exactly
because like the first, they even admitted like the first like 10 or 15 comics they did, they're just experimenting. Like we're trying random mint number of mints. We're trying random covers. We're trying the allocation of the mint numbers because sometimes it wasn't consistent. Like some of the earlier comics, they'll be like, even though it's like the same mint number, they'll have like more ultra rares and like a different one. I think they were playing with the ratios too to see which one worked out the best. So,
that's weird numbers on the Thor comic. Really weird numbers, hey?
Yeah.
Because
that's 20,000. That's a weird one.
Yeah, the Tarzan comic really weirds me out too. Like it's
you guys know, look at this. I just sent you a screen share vibes. The audio doesn't really matter. But did you know Andre Jick owns the Amazing Fantasy 15 year on the Secret Rare Spider-Man?
Oh, does he really?
Well, he doesn't own the year. He owns, so if you see right there, see how he owns August 1962, 862. And that's the year and the month and year that it came out, August 1962.
Yeah.
So that's his mint Secret Rare Spider-Man.
Nice.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I remember because that's when I learned about VEVE. I learned about VEVE from this video.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember he goes, I bought this Spider-Man for this much. And I was like, that's freaking crazy. And then he shared about the mint number. And then eventually I got into VEVE. And I remembered this the other day when I was talking to Sleeping Comics. I was like, he owns the mint he doesn't own 62, right? He doesn't own 1962. He owns 862, which is a really good one. You know what I mean? But he owns that mint.
That's awesome. And I think that's one of those mint numbers that's not like, like super far-fetched, right? Like some people do some mint numbers and it just doesn't really make sense, or it's just like...
Yeah, I do that all the time.
It's like, I get those all the time.
No, but it is far-fetched sometimes. But that one is not that bad. You know what I mean? It says August 1962.
And I do think and that's the other thing too. You don't have to convince, millions of people. Like you have to just convince one person. You have to convince one person to let them know that it's worth it, right? So all it takes, you don't need 10,000 buyers. You just need one person that's going to buy it.
Well, you slab it up with one of the cool slabbing services, and then you tweet it out and you say, "Yeah, putting this one in the market for sale right now, and it's this is why the number is important, and I'm putting it at this price." And then people in the community know, and because you got to put it out there. If you're going to like sell a weird mint number because, you know, otherwise people have to find it and someone has to see it and someone has to go, oh, I get it. But, you know, use the power of like, you know, of social media to sell it. If you get one, like, you know, if you want to sell it, that I would slab it, you know, throw it out there.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, have you done a video on that, MC? That's such an interesting thought.
What?
No, the common comics,
the one
right?
common cover.
Yeah, just
no, I just was, you know, shooting the shit right now. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen or anything, but like
that's so cool, dude. It's like ASM 130. It's such a good idea. Like,
well, because the ASM 130, I didn't even think about that because that's just the one comic. It's just it.
But it's a good idea. Like, it's just a good idea. Like, it's just interesting, you know?
I think it's a good idea under certain circumstances, but for a comic that iconic, and I think most people just want of course, all the people that want to collect all the secret rares or people that are very kind of like niche collectors that want to collect everything of one type or whatever might be kind of bummed out. But like, other than that, I think that's the perfect time to apply it. It's just like a super classic cover where it's like,
well, the original comic run that we got before I was here, right? The Marvel comic one, the Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, they're all just the original cover, except for the secret rare. There's just different colors. It's almost like they were respecting the original cover, like just because it's such a massive comic. And, you know, other comics that have come have been really great, but those are like, you know, the big ones. And they just, okay, well, we're not going to get any, like, of course, it's before they started doing the ultra rares and the exclusives, right? So I don't know if that was the plan. I mean, maybe they just hadn't got to that point yet with those. And they probably, if they released them now, they probably would have a, like, amazing, like Fantastic Four 1 would probably have, you know, an exclusive ultra rare drawn by someone else, right? Because they did that sort of with the secret rare, right? That's like, you know, it's not a panel, right, of the secret rare Fantastic Four 1. Like, it's a different drawing, right?
Yeah.
So, and I know, but the Marvel Comics 1 secret rare, that's a panel, like that's a art from the book. Same with Spider-Man and but the Fantastic Four, so is the Fantastic Four secret rare number 1 the first exclusive VEVE cover and not Fantastic Four 13?
I'm not sure if they consider
it's not art from the book, right?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Do we have it? Does everybody have it wrong? Is it FF1 secret rare?
I think all the other covers have been panel pulls, and I don't think people consider.
They don't. They consider
VEVE exclusive.
FF12, I think, is considered the first exclusive.
Yeah, the Watcher number 13. But
13.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but the Fantastic Four secret rare. Look,
we just need to check the book and see if it's a panel pull.
Yeah, because it probably is. I'm probably just, but it doesn't look the same because it's a variation of the cover.
Yeah, but
is it from the inside? I can't remember.
Or whatever. Maybe is there a cover variant? Is it a cover variant of IRL?
Oh no, back then I don't think they did that. So
yeah, probably not.
Yeah,
but I do think if VEVE does release it, I think they're going to follow the same formula as Marvel Comics number 1. I mean, look how well Marvel Comics 1 is doing. Like, despite the fact that there's 60,000 edition, I understand it was the first comic. It's also an insanely large.
I can't read it. I don't own one.
Yeah, neither. Someone actually gifted me one like a day before they turned off what's it called, transfers on VEVE. I was streaming, and then one of the viewers, just said like, "Hey, thanks for streaming." Because he was sending me common comics to just do giveaways on. And he's like, "Hey, like, keep this next one." And so he sent me one more, and it was a Marvel Comics. I'm like, "Shoot, I forgot."
Oh, no way.
And I'm like, "Cool, like, this is awesome." So he's like, "Oh, just keep it." So I do own one through that way. So I haven't read it yet, but that's one I'm not going to sell. Kind of goes back to what Randy was saying, like about like, do you sell your gifted NFTs, or if someone gives it to you?
Immediately.
I think for the most, just floor it. I don't know why, but when Dino was explaining it, he's like, "So, like, listen to me, Randy. Like, just floor him, dude. Like, who cares?" I don't know why, but I was getting the image of like a Hollywood like actor, like playing like an accountant, like doing tax evasion, like just sell everything. Like, who cares? Like,
sell it.
Screw the government. Screw taxes. Like, we're getting out of here, man. Like,
I mean, I'm down for that. Let's go.
But with so with that, I think they're going to follow the Marvel Comics, like.
The 60K run.
Yeah, like the 60K run. And like, I mean,
I actually kind of hope it is because.
Oh yeah, guys, look, sorry, my mistake. It's in the book.
Okay, that one.
Oh.
Okay,
yeah, it's in the book.
So it is a panel pull.
Yeah. Duh. Obviously, I should have known that. Nobody watched my channel for comic info anymore.
How do you know every cover of every comic?
Yeah, of every variant of everything. That or I mean, that's also a genuine thing too. It's
12. Like page 12. You know,
on the right side, bottom
right side. But that's the other thing too. Like people could have just gotten it wrong for like a year, right? Like people that were on VEVE, maybe they're not comic book collectors. They just don't know. They're like, oh, this is the first cover. And you're like, what about this one? And people are like, oh shit! Start buying it.
Diamond Ink over there is like page 15. Yeah, I think he looked it up too, unless he already knew already. So, but yeah,
probably owns 50 of them. That whale, Diamond Ink, all secret rares.
Whale.
What do you think, man? What do you think of the whole whale notion, wiping everything out?
Yeah, I watched both your videos earlier. About one was about sweeping floors as a whale, and I think the other one was ultra rare covers, which I'm a huge fan of ultra rare covers. Like I really think. It's an awesome middle ground between, you want a secret rare, but you just can't afford it. Like, there's secret rares out there that cost 2,000, 3,000, 8,000 gems. Like,
I know, right?
That. But some of them, they're literally a tenth of the price. And then you start getting to the point where it's like, should I buy this 2,000 gem secret rare, or should I just buy 10 ultra rares of like all these comic covers that I do like of all these different variants? Like, that's another,
and they're exclusive too. Like that's the unknown thing, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have any like ultra rares. Like I don't think I own a single ultra rare on the app because I've been going all in on secret rares, and then commons. I've been stacking up commons and trying to go for some low mints, right?
I mean,
but like I was looking at the ultra rares. I'm like, that video I made was like everything that I kind of want to get now. None of it. I don't own any of them, and like I shouldn't put out a video. I should just go buy them first. But because, they're really great. Like, and I'm just like, I've always had it in the back of my mind because I see people collecting them. And I'm like, yeah, like they're exclusive. They're only on VEVE, those covers. There are only 1,000 of them. Some of them have 500. Some of them are really great. And I'm like, and they're way cheaper. And I'm like, maybe I should start grabbing a few just, But I've been so hyper-focused on the secret rares. So,
Yeah, and the rarity's still there too, right? Like there's 600 secret rares, but there's still only like 1,000 ultra rares. So it's not like the mint numbers are so high. Like I think I've always liked them just because again, the VEVE exclusive art, they're still rare enough to respect like a decent value, but not so expensive where like nobody can acquire it because it's so expensive and it's only reserved.
I mean, if you're going to do it, though, I wouldn't stack them. You know what I mean? Ultra rares and rares are great.
Like 2 or 3.
One of each. Yeah.
Just grab one.
Yeah, because, it's the most bang for your buck MCP points, whereas uncommon stack infinitely. Ultra rare through secret rare, if you're not sure, you're not sure, you're like, you know what? I'll just buy this one because I like this one. Just grab one, Maybe two if you want to sell one eventually, but.
The three rule, right? One trade, one buy, one sell.
Yeah, that's David Hughes rule, right?
I don't trade though. Like, how would I trade? Transfers are gone. I can't trade. So
when transfers are back though, trading is so fun. I love trading.
I think trading will be awesome. Plus, we have a lot of awesome people in the community that like give cards or cards.
VEVE, if you're watching, please just put a fee on trading so that we can trade because I know you need to make your money. So just put a burn fee on it so we can trade, please.
Are they bringing it back with MCP though?
No, but I mean like legit trades. You know what I mean? Like actually be able to like I can send you
a
trade
mechanism.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Yeah,
that would be cool. I just see weird like liabilities potentially.
Well, they don't want it. Well, they won't be incentivized to do it for free because then they won't make money.
The transfers would just be the trade. Just give us transfers and we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to have like a trade mechanic, like on the web app. Like I think you can do that with HRO, right? The whole that would be really fun because then you could like, what I'd love to get to on this is offers. I'd like to be able to get offers. Like, so if someone has if you have a mint and you can send someone an offer, right? Like even if it's listed in, like eBay, right? Like it's in the market and you have it listed at 200, whatever, and someone can shoot you an offer for 195 or 180. And you can then decide, well, I'll sell it to that person. They want it, and like, it's probably a huge mechanic to add in, but that would be cool too for the web app, right?
Yeah, that was actually a video I was going to do for MCP for the most part, which is that if you have high enough level or whatever, you could do things like make offers, or because anyone can receive an offer, but if you want to make an offer, that is maybe only reserved for the higher level MCP people. And I also talked about buy orders too. It's like,
you actually said that, Vibes, like that was one of your ideas.
I've been saying buy orders for like 6 months. I've been like, those were I was like, I would love to be able, because first off, it helps cushion just NFTs just bottoming out like immediately, right? Because a lot of the time, let's say there's an announcement that happened and people want to sell, 5 Bigfoots or whatever, and there's a buy order there for 5 or 2 and 3, so you just sell them both right away. And instead of just flooring it and you have to wait, and then everyone's panicking because now the floor is going lower and everyone just starts undercutting each other, rather than just like, all right, the floor can maintain its value and there's just kind of a buy order that gets fulfilled and it goes away. And like, we don't have to see everything just completely
Rob really wants buy orders. He asks about it a lot.
I've been saying buy orders since I
mean, all these features would be incredible, right? Buy orders, trades, offers, all these things are so nice.
Yeah.
We're going to get them. As soon as cash out is done, right, they're going to be able to reallocate resources.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the only thing that's holding them up from doing things like offers or buy orders is that if you make an offer in a way that if they accept it, you have to have the gems in your account to fulfill it. So what they do is when you make an offer, it might withdraw those gems and they have like 24 hours to confirm like whether they want to accept it or not. And maybe it sends them a notification on the VEVE app, like someone made an offer on your whatever.
It would be like an auction, huh? You'd have to give someone a few
and so you click on it, and then if they say reject it, the gems get put back into your account. So I think what they have an issue with is these gems being up in the ether, like in the cloud. So it's like if I put up a buy order that like, all right, I'm going to buy a Bigfoot for 100 gems, like I need to have that 100 gems in case on his end he says yes, right? Complete opposite of what we do on the auctions, which people are just like, you can literally troll any auction, just make an alt account, bet 9,999 million on gems on an auction and just never pay it. So you can kind of like just lock you flat out. That's so obnoxious. Like, not only can you lock me on the market, you can also lock me out on auctions because you just put 9.999 million or whatever. And I bet you, honestly, if I put something up for auction and I didn't want it to sell for that price, I would just make a new account, bet on my own auction, put 99999, and be like, okay, I saved myself from selling it out for a bad price. And I'll just make an account that locks itself up, and then I'm not going to use it. I was just doing it for fun. So
trolling account. Like, I would literally just a trolling account just to lock people up, just to lock and call yourself like Locky McLockerson. And just like lock everybody up.
Dude, the guy that sold his ASM 130
never get paid. Like that's his name.
Sorry,
there's
what?
a guy that sold his $2,000 comic for $100 because of that.
Really? What do you mean? Like, what do you?
And on an auction, no one saw the auction for a comic, and he sold his $2,000 comic for $100.
Wow!
Like accidentally, because nobody
bid. Just a few guys bid, and the guy won it. It must have been like maybe it was a middle of the night auction, and the guy won a $2,000 comic for $100.
Can you stop your auction?
Nope. Once there's a bid, it's over.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't withdraw once. You can't withdraw.
That's why I don't do auctions. I don't do them on eBay. I've never done auctions on eBay. I've been selling there for like 15 years. I've never. I mean, auctions. Some people you can make a lot. You can do them well, and obviously people use the function, but I use it to snipe cheap, like on eBay. I actually don't. I really should look at the auctions, in the app a bit more. I know William had a question up there for a while. There, Vibes.
You can make money.
William.
Well, I think you just had it on screen for like the last 20 minutes.
I think it's this one. Yeah, William Peartree. Yeah. So he asked Rob earlier this day, do you think we overestimate the significance of the bad macroeconomic situation given how small the VEVE market currently is?
Interesting point.
Yeah, because we're so like we're all just buying and selling to each other, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's almost like we're waiting for whales to make moves to like give us enough liquidity to like start doing stuff again, right? It's almost like they're injecting money in the economy or just like printing money or something crazy like the government, right? Just like, it's just print more money and just like stuff will happen.
Well, I think like, because, we're in different countries, right? So our situations are going to be different, even though generally speaking, there is, like gas is expensive here too, right? You know what I mean? But I think because it's a worldwide app, that does factor in, like I'm in some of the Twitter spaces are like all about the Holland ones. They're all in Holland, right? And so all the people like, how's Holland doing compared to Canada, compared to the United States economically? And how are the users there doing compared to the users over here? economically, right? Like, so it's really hard to just blanket statement, recession everywhere and nothing will ever go up. Like, so I have a problem with those kind of comments that come out where it's like these blanket comments about like, oh, worldwide recession. Well, do you really know what's going on in Canada? Like, if you're in the United States, like, do you really know what my economic situation here is in the West Coast of Canada compared to like, Texas or something? Like, it's different, right? So, but we do have a war and we do have gas price. There's standard stuff too. So the general sentiment is like, you can see worldwide markets if you watch like, the worldwide markets, right? If you watch them, you can see. But I do also think that like you have to take in consideration regional areas in this app, and different people have different situations, like different countries, right? I think maybe some countries doing really just fine, and the users in that country. I mean, how many? But I think probably most of the users in this app are probably from the USA. Would we guess?
Yeah,
that?
I would say statistically the US is probably the most important. I mean, Canada
has probably the biggest impact.
Yeah, Canada would fall into the same kind of Western Hemisphere category. Yeah. But I would
West
say
Coast
probably.
Canada, man. We got Kobe, we got NFT Pirates. Well, they're on the East Coast. We got Superstar Money. They're all in Canada, guys. And then there's me too.
All the botters are too. No.
Yeah. Got all those beavers whacking away at the bones, clicking the drops.
I'm gonna send my moose up there to like stomp all over you. We're down there.
Yeah. Well,
there's another Canadian racist thing ever. I'm gonna send my moose to get you.
Moose to get you. The beaver will eat you afterward. I don't know.
My beaver's gonna slap you in the face with his tail.
Yeah, all the Canadians using beavers as bot phones. Their tails are just slapping the phone.
Yeah, beaver mallets. Don't mess with the beaver mallet.
I feel like I could write 90s cartoons right now. That's what I could do.
I know. That's why I was giggling earlier. I just,
just the scene evokes that kind of thought. But yeah, I think like the macroeconomics, it's going to vary. Honestly, like if people weren't going to, I mean, people stopped putting money in a while ago. Like part of the macroeconomics too is like with what's happening currently in the US, it's a bit different. I think if I had to just guess, probably 70% of the users on VEVE are probably from the US. If I just had to venture to guess, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can kind of get a small ratio, like looking at content creators. Like I know not every content creator is huge, but like the majority of us are US and Canada for the most part. Because also NFT Pirates he's up in Canada too, I believe.
Or so are we just the circle we're in and we don't really watch others? Because I know there's others, but I don't know how many. Like I really would like to know, like, and find other channels, but of course they're in other languages, so I'm not getting shown them in my feed on YouTube. And if I type in VEVE when I search, do I get them? Like, do they show up? Because I get all you guys and I get other people too. And then some people are really bad at like tagging their videos. Like sometimes you just type VEVE in YouTube and you don't get certain people. Maybe it's because they're not doing their tags properly, or maybe they're not getting the algorithm, or I don't know what. So it's really, there's got to be other channels out there that are, decently big that are not English speaking, right?
And I think the way to do that, and I used to do this on YouTube to like help find small channels. What I'll typically do is I'll type in, if you want to find like a VEVE content creator, maybe like a small Pokemon content creator or whatever. What I typically do is I do a search for just VEVE collectibles or like maybe Thor comic drop or whatever it is, and I change the date to today, like the search range. You can search like forever, you can search the last 6 months or year or whatever.
To today,
I do it today because then it shows, of course, all like the people that post constantly, daily. Like I mean, my collectibles, you pretty much do daily videos. So same thing with you guys. Like you guys
just spamming
all of us. I think
like probably like 5 days out of the week I do videos. It's not like every day, but I'd say I probably usually skip a day. And then
don't start doing your market stuff, man. People love it.
Yeah,
they do, right?
Yeah, of course. It's just like I think
here can tell us. I had people literally telling me. Because there was like a week where you didn't really do one. I can't remember when it was, a few weeks ago.
It was a while. Well, there was a period of time where I did kind of disappear for a little bit. I was just busy with some.
And people were like, "Where's Vibe's market chat?" Because I don't know that.
Market analysis
last week, but I just didn't do any lives. I just did like random small videos.
Yeah.
Said I think David, you did say there was going to be a trade option. Okay.
Cool.
I mean, he seems to be. I mean, he's a big collector, right? Like himself, obviously, and that's one of his big things. He likes being able to trade or have people do that stuff. I'm just curious how it's going to work out if you're trading and there's no fees involved. Like, how are the licensors going to get paid? That's
they just need to have a burn. They're going to have to add a burn. There's going to have to be a 2.5% burn on the trade, on like the value of the trade, which is going to be significantly less than selling your Elsa at 8.5, right? And then having to buy someone else's. You're going to save money, and then you get to have a secure trade. It doesn't help me as an escrow, but at the end of the day, I didn't escrow a lot of collectibles, so I think it's just going to be really nice. Like, we just like, you know what I mean?
Can
like,
you add gems? Can you add gems to the trade?
I think so. I mean, well, that's the new plan, right? The new plan is never being able to load up gems, only being able to buy only be able to add gems when you buy.
Mm-hmm.
What? Really? You can't just add gems to the app?
Yeah, that's what
Eventually,
said the last AMA.
That's something like some of the content creators have been talking about. Like that was
I never knew that
last week.
I don't like that. I like having gems.
It's the plan. The plan is, David, you said that they will go away from stockpiles of gems and whatever. You will only be able to add gems during that 120 seconds.
So you have to, every time you make a purchase in the market, it's a credit card purchase?
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, right?
I will build up my credit card points, though. But I don't like that because I want to load up my gems. But is that a way of like getting rid of on-app, off-app transactions then?
I think it's a way of getting rid of scams and fraud.
Yeah,
scams and fraud. Because I could definitely see someone like using a fake credit card or something like that, buying a ton of gems, and then imagine being able to instantly cash out to Bitcoin, or instantly cashing out to ETH, and then like now it's not backed by anything, and maybe it took them 2 weeks to figure out like, oh wait, this credit card is stolen, or there's an issue with it, and then it's like,
what if you sell something though? If you sell something, you have your gems.
Oh no, then you'll have gems.
Yes.
Yeah.
So NFT Norway. Clint said NFT Norway. Sorry, I'm pointing over here because that's where the chat is on my screen. Nobody watching would know why I'm pointing over here. But there's a channel in Norway and NFT Norway. I'll have to check that out.
This one.
They don't have to speak English, but they do for me to watch, unfortunately, because I don't,
I mean, he does it because there's not a lot of like, probably like Norwegian, those people watching. So he does it in English, just like he talks in the spaces in English.
No, it's great. I'd love to get I've always wanted that, like perspectives from other countries that I'm not, right in the front of. Like I know in Holland there's lots of people because I'm in their Twitter space all the time. It's super great. Like there's like Miss Rose in there and a few other, they're all good, right? They're all and they're teaching me Dutch, which is so great. And my whole wife's family's Dutch, so it's pretty cool. And I've been to Holland, so it's kind of cool. You go in there, and then sometimes they'll just, they'll be speaking Dutch, and it's all good. I don't understand a thing, but I don't leave. I just sit there for a bit, and then, so yeah, it's all good,
All right, guys, look at this. So look at this mint Pride that I have. I have a 1738 Pride from the Fetty Wap song, just because I thought it was fun.
I was gonna say, is that from the Fetty Wap song?
1738. I said, hey, what's up, hello. Yeah. And then look at the floor though right now. Look at the floor of it.
I hate this thing when you click on it and it
doesn't an infinite loop.
I know.
Dude,
Vader's the worst, by the way. Vader, I don't know what's going on with Vader, but he never takes you to the market right now. It's annoying.
No, dude, they changed it. Like everything takes you to the store now, and the store doesn't do any good. They changed it.
Yeah, because you can't go. You can't see it in the market. And if you own it if you go to your own collection, anyway, yeah.
You want to be more annoyed, dude? You want to be more annoyed? Look at this. If you click on a brand right now, have you noticed that it doesn't pull them up? Oh, it just did just now. Shit.
Yeah, it's been kind of glitchy.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to say too, I just found this out today that the market didn't close during the drop.
Yep.
And I found that was actually the previous drop as well, right? For comics. Apparently it's like collectibles, it's still closing, but
look at this one. 1737, the one right before mine, and then look, 1758. They're trying to tease me.
Oh.
They want you to floor it.
No, I'm not gonna floor it. I like my 1738. Say, hey, what's up? Hello. Sit down.
I don't know that reference.
It's a Fetty Wap song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a Canadian classic. That's
Canadian classic.
It'd be the Canadian top 20 for a few weeks.
Has it really?
I don't know. I'm making that up.
Oh, okay.
Canada can get pretty good, south side of Vancouver. Gets pretty bad.
I'm hip. I'm with it. Ticka 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 ticka.
Wait,
you guys know that reference? You guys don't know that reference, do you?
Probably not.
The Austin Powers reference. Dr. Evil. I'm hip. I'm with it. He starts doing the Macarena. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Thought it was nerdier.
Late 90s goofy Mike Myers films.
Someone also said something on here that was interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Thing, yeah. So go back to that one, Vibes. There's they're talking about the there you go. AMG, Miss Rosa Moon, J East, all of them. Yeah, from the Twitter Dutch space. It's fun. It's a good space. They're super nice there too. Like there's not a lot of shenanigans going on. You know, I've been doing a lot more Twitter spaces where I've been like listening to them and and getting to speak sometimes. And some of them have been really great, and some of them are just wacko.
Oh yeah,
some of them I end up leaving after a minute because I can't have the volume up over 2 because my kids are over there and like it's like F this, F this, F this, F that, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I respect you guys, but I can't listen to that in my house. So.
Twitter Spaces is like the Wild West, or it's just like it's going to be very hit or miss. Like you're either going to get on and get a bunch of gems of information and stuff like that, or it's like you're going out for a late night snack, getting fast food, and all.
I mean, I'll definitely say
ready to jump you. You're like, well, I was not expecting this. Like, what's going on?
I do not respect everyone that leads Twitter Spaces. There are some trash people that talk bad about people. I don't respect them.
Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter Spaces too much, like up until more recently, and a lot of it's mostly fun. But I think it's the right space you go to, right, with run by the right.
The Dutch ones are fun. Those people are amazing. Jay East is holding a common Vader for me till transfers.
Nice. And that's gone up in value too, dude.
Yeah, he bought it for me on the floor because I gave him the gems to go for the drop. Like he was short, like 20. I don't remember. He was short, right? So I sent him the gems, and then I sent him extra, and I said, "Okay, get me one too." And he goes, "He's done." He got 2, one for me, one for him.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's gone up too, man. That common Vader. It's like what, 170 or something?
Yeah, Jay East is a good guy, dude. The Dutch space, they're what's up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I don't know if Austin's trying to set us up because he's been on my last couple streams and he seems like a cool guy. And he says, I'm so curious if it's even worth burning NFTs.
Buying NFTs, yeah.
I thought he said buying. Okay, I misread that. I was like, buying NFT. I'm like, dude, like I've seen him in here. Like you're like well educated on VEVE and how it works. You even said you had certain collectibles. I'm like, you're already kind of in it, dude, or like at least you already understand its surface level. So
it's burning.
Burning NFTs. I don't think I
would totally different conversation with just the change of a few letters.
Exactly.
I was way off.
VEVE hasn't talked much about it for when you receive it. Yeah, we don't know. I was way off. I don't know. I don't know. I was way off.
Just a little bit off there, just not much.
What if he shoots me in the face?
What would have been really funny is if he went into the massive rant. It would have been funny if he went into like a total rant right there, just tearing Austin apart. Saying, what are you doing here? Austin? And then you're like, burning.
But that is kind of true. Honestly, I could definitely see that being a Mr. Beast thing to do, though. Remember we were talking about it earlier? That's a total Mr. Beast video. It's like, I'm buying all of one NFT and I'm going to burn it all. Like, which one do I do? I could totally see him either that or like giving it away. Like he buys it all. And he's like thinking. He's like, he watches some of those vids and those guys and some of those big like Fortniters who have like, millions of subscribers. And they just do crazy stuff and do big giveaways and like do big things. I'm just going to do this. I won't. And there's some of them, like some people like, and like in the Fortnite world, they just own everything, right? There's like a YouTuber that like, I can't remember who it is, but they buy everything that comes into the store, like every emote, every skin, every gun, every wrap, everything. And then they make a video about it. They go, look out here's all the latest stuff from the store. And by the way, I own it all. Like, they just like, they own, I mean, cause you can, anybody can own it. There's no mint numbers on it, but you know what I mean? Like you get somebody like that in the app. They're like, yeah, I'm just going to own it all. I like that comic. I don't want anyone else to own it. Yeah.
Unless I sell one.
Dr. Profit owns T-Rex Italy now.
Well, you know what's really funny about that is this is really funny, right? Because the amount of people that talk about Dr. Profit, like it's really interesting. Could you imagine if you're Dr. Profit and like everyone talks about you, like, oh, he's going to come in here and do this, and he's just sitting back going like doing whatever he's doing. Like I don't know, he probably like whatever he's doing, like I don't know him.
He probably likes the attention.
Like, people talk about him all the time, right? They always hear it like, oh, he's the guy, and that's the reputation you get. I mean, if people think you can do that. I mean, it would be really fun. Like if you sold everything you had, like you just took your app and just liquidated everything. And I know, Dino, you've done that 7 times already this month. But, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But no, like, so you take all your stuff, you just massive gem pile, whatever it is, and then you just pick one collectible. Oh, were you going to show your? Oh, yeah. Oh, you got some stuff now, dude. Whoa.
Yeah,
nice.
he's got a lot of.
Yeah, you're in there. You're in there.
I feel like that's
you've
just
been close to zero. You've been close to zero a couple times, right?
Oh, yeah, I've sold a good amount. Yeah.
No, because it's all good. It's all ebb and flow, right? But like if you just liquidated everything, no matter how big or small you were, and you just went after one, you just picked one. Because I was like doing that video about stacking comics to stack or something like that, like newer ones, because they're cheaper, right? And you maybe get better returns in the future. And somebody commented on my video, they're like, well, why don't you just go after like Fantastic Four 5, just stack all of them, like just pick one of the really good ones and just buy only that. And I was like, well, I had a few responses. Well, I like to collect multiple because I like it. And also the price on that one's higher than, but like you could do it with a new thing. You could go after like Loki, and you could just only buy Loki. Like, what if you sold everything and just bought all the Lokis you could? I wonder if that would work out better financially than, you know.
I mean, look what happened to Sleeping Comics. He bought all the secret rare of Marvel .1s, and look what the hell that comic did.
That's what I mean. And like, remember, he, you know, like there was like when he mentioned it, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he was really like, I think I'm crazy. And now the price.
And he was saying that, right?
Yeah. Now the price, it went up to 500.
I don't think it's there now, but
no, it's not. It's like 250 now.
Yeah, it went down pretty drastically shortly after. But yeah, just buying all of one thing is
it's kind of like it's like crazy to think about. I'm almost tempted to do it as just an experiment. Just pick like a comic I like, just sell everything, Vader, Todd, everybody, and just buy only that comic and just all in and say, and then because there's certain people who do that. You see their Twitter, like, you know, you see their avatars, and they're like there's the I can't remember his name, but there's the Marvel Comics one dude, right? He's really super cool guy. Like I've been in the Twitter spaces with him, and he's like, you know, he owns tons of Marvel Comic ones, and he shows them, and that's like his. I don't know if he probably owns other stuff too, but you know, what if you just like focused on Young Avengers 1, and then you just went all in on that, and you cornered it? Like I own 1,000 copies. You know, I don't know. Would that work out better? Would that work out better? It's a question in my head.
Gem for gem, maybe, but it's, you know, just buy all the FA Jubilees. That's what you need to do. Buy all the Jubilees, or that was one I actually asked you in the Twitter kind of private chat group thing that we have about, like, I'm like, are people sleeping on the Illuminati? Like, I mean, that thing it's worth like less than 2.5 gems. Like the commons are like 2.5 gems, and like I think the uncommons are 3 gems. So it's like, I know it's not a big comic in real life, but it's like, could it be if like there's like a new Illuminati, like every new movie, or like the Illuminati is always being presented like constantly, like throughout like the MCU movies in the future? Like, could that be a thing? Like, could it actually go the price a bit?
Yeah, well, it got attention before Doctor Strange because of the trailers. And like I said, if they would have dropped that comic book in the app before Doctor Strange, I probably would have done a video about it, thinking it was going to be great. But then we saw what happened in the movie, where, you know, spoiler alert, they all got killed. You know, but like, you know, like that was kind of a shock and kind of funny and kind of cool and kind of not cool. But yeah, of course, man, like that comic is just as much of a spec comic as any other one. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not worth that much.
Like America Chavez, or like,
remember I was talking earlier about that guy, the video, the swag. You guys should check it out, the channel, if you want to look comics. The Swaggle House, I think it's a really good comic collecting one. And his video from like earlier, I think it was yesterday, he was doing the whole, you know, focus on the bigger characters because they're each generation loves them. And, you know, like the only thing that blows it out of the water, because I totally agree with that, but is like the Guardians of the Galaxy, because they were nothing and they've never been popular in the comics ever up until they made that awesome movie. And then that changed everything. So all they got to do now is make like a big, awesome movie about Young Avengers or the Illuminati, and then there you go, right? I mean, like
that's a great example. I did not even know that movie came out. I was like, what the hell is this movie? Like, why would I watch? Like, I literally
didn't know those characters.
Why would I watch this? Like, I was like, this is garbage. Like, and I went and saw it, and it's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I love Rocket and Groot. Like all the characters are like my favorite characters in Marvel pretty much now. And I literally remember seeing the trailer and I'm like, I mean, seeing the poster of it in the theater, I'm like, what the hell is Guardians of the Galaxy? Like,
yeah,
I know, right? Like that's my point. So it blows the theory of only focus on Spider-Man because anything could happen, and the Illuminati book could be one of those books. So I have the secret rare. Like I'm not going to stack up 5,000 commons at $2 a piece or something because whatever. I'll wait until maybe something actually happens. But I have the secret rare. I bought that for 50 or whatever. Like I'll throw it in my vault just to add to my secret rare collection. Like why not? Right? I think it's up to 70 now. Because I'm constantly looking at them on Vault Value. That app you can download for free or whatever. I think it's $1 or $2.
Yeah,
I'm always looking at the comics and I'm always looking at the lowest secret rares. I just say, I do have enough to grab that secret rare, and there's some I'm just staying away from. I haven't bought Alpha Flight 106 yet. Sorry, the cheapest one on the app with the newspaper cover. I just don't like the cover. Like if the ultra rare was the secret rare, I would have bought it ages ago, right? But I just don't like looking at a newspaper cover in my app, like in my collection. It's just me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Plus, it's not even sold out. Like, so the price in some sense could even go like lower potentially. I don't know.
Not sold out.
Alpha Flight's not sold out.
Alpha, yeah, dude. I covered this on my stream earlier today. I was like, are other things not sold out yet? So the most recent Harley Quinn series drop, 3 of the 4 are still not sold out.
Yeah, I saw that.
On the market.
I saw that.
The blue Raptors are still not sold out. So there's still, you can still go buy the blue, like the Raptors, like the collectibles.
You can buy the Alpha Flight.
Yeah, Alpha Flights are still you can still buy them in the store. But I think just because the common is literally going for like 2 gems and like the uncommon is like 2.5, like no one's bothering because it's, 85% of the time, 90% of the time, almost like you're not going to make your money back. So until I think the common starts approaching like 4 or 5 gems, I think people just aren't going to touch it.
No, because why would they? It's $6.99. Nobody wants it. I really don't like that cover, but I really like the ultra rare.
Yeah, ultra rare cover looks good.
So I don't own the ultra rare, but I like it.
Yeah, I think Tucson Collectibles. Yeah, I think Tucson Collectibles is trolling here. Is Sergeant Fury SR any good? Of course. I don't know.
Mom any good?
Sergeant Fury.
That's a yes, sir. Carlos Brendan Z. I sold an Aston Martin to buy 1,300 Web of Spider-Man number 32.
This is my buddy.
I remember that.
There you go. Cornered the market. That must have been fun.
That must be. Are there any like?
It's kind of fun.
13. I could totally see if I had the liquid, like the actual like liquidity to do it. If I could do that with Wolverine, I would. Like a Wolverine collectible or his comic. The comic might be just too obvious. It's like, so everyone knows it's good. Everyone's going to buy it. So it's not something you can kind of like secretly stack and all of a sudden it just blows up later. But I do think I think the ideal scenario for something like for that comic, I would say, or for like a comic like that, is like it's surrounded by a whole bunch of other good comics. So like the price just kind of innately goes lower, right? Like the only reason why the Spider-Man Marvel Mighties I think didn't do as well is because like literally the lenticular cards were going to be, lenticular cards. I remember they were announced like right next to each other, right?
Oh yeah.
So like when you have a lot of good drops in like a small window, it actually just brings down the price of everything because people are trying to have enough liquidity for everything instead of just like focusing on one.
Yeah, true.
So
true. Well, you could go after the Wolverine and Captain America comic. It's got low editions. Yeah, I looked at that. Like, if you took like one of the lower edition but cheap, like collectibles, like that most recent Caber Chupa bird thing or whatever that is, that purple bird thing. I can't even say it. I don't even know what it is. There's only like 1,800 of them, right?
Kevin, purple bird.
Yeah, the purple bird thing. Like Caber. Yeah. What is that thing called again?
I don't know.
Chupacabra?
Yeah, that thing. And
I thought that was green or whatever it is. Yeah,
it might be green, purple. I don't know. Like
I think there's a purple version actually. I think I know what you mean.
Sorry if it's someone's favorite collectible in the app. I don't even know.
It's mine.
If you are, get out of this chat. This is
yeah.
So get the hell out of here. Go to Twitter Spaces. Get bullied there.
Yeah. It's cheap, right? Like I think it's like 30 or something. Or I don't know, maybe it's more than that. 50, 60, I can't remember.
Voltura. Someone said it. Voltura.
Yeah, the Voltura.
Voltura, whatever. Yeah. So, so let's say you go and you just go all in on that because there's only 1,800 of them, right? You just go all in. I mean, would it like?
Why would you go all in on Voltura Macabre?
People turn around and go, "It's 1,500 gems. What happened?"
Yeah, just gets instantly swept up. I would love if it was just like Bigfoot or just something right now. Like, dude, like, so me and my brother were on VEVE. We talked a lot. Like, whenever we like answer the phone or like we're about to go say like bye to each other, we'd be like, wait, hold on. Todd's at 3 gems. I got to call you back. Like, we would just say like just stupid stuff like that. Or like Bigfoot's at 500,000 gems. Like, I can't talk right now.
Go.
It's like something ridiculous is just happening on the market. Or like, we'd just be like, all right, VEVE's announced cash out. Like, it's literally happening in an hour. So you better be ready. Like, this was months and months ago. So
it's in 1 hour. It's ready to go. Everyone's getting it in an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you mentioned Bigfoot a couple times during this stream. I want to look at him. I don't own any of those.
I'm kind of curious what he does. Like the Cryptkins. I used to kind of like the Cryptkins. Like there were some times where they made a tiny splash in the market.
Cryptkin.
No, I actually did like the. I think I like Bigfoot as well as the Cthulhu looking one because I think those are like the most iconic. That's like the most. There's like Sasquatch, which is kind of like one of the more well known theories or whatever it is, conspiracy theories, and then Cthulhu, some like crazy,
Well, the tagline of the Cryptins collectibles is really applicable to how I feel about them. They do exist.
Damn! Shots fired.
I just don't pay attention to some things. Sadly, I mean, but yeah, Bigfoot's in there. Let's see, Bigfoot. There's only 49 and he's going for $20. You could 49 available, right? How many editions is Bigfoot? 9,000. So that would take a lot. But yeah, there's only 49 of them. So people aren't selling Bigfoot.
There's only 15 T-Rex Italies. Sweep the floor.
All the hodlers
in total
are at Bigfoot and T-Rex Italy.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
That's the only amount of
in total. Do you own one?
We've only been able to confirm 15.
Do you own one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're one of 15. That's crazy, man. How come is it like, what is it at?
I know the floor is kind of whatever the guy that wants to sell at the time was at. So yesterday it was 4,000. Now it's 2,800 because the guy
you own one.
I own 2 at one point.
Oh, dude.
That's nuts, dude.
That was smart because I remember when you were looking at those.
I know most of the owners. So I know one guy that owns one. I know another guy that owns 2. I know another guy that owns 2. And then I know the 2 guys that me and my buddy sold to. So, and the 2 guys that me and my buddy sold to, one of them, I invited him to join our little chat. He hasn't replied to me back. The other one is Dr. Profit.
So you guys, you're gonna obviously just see where that one goes, right? See what happens with that.
I have the lowest mint available, I think.
Do you really?
I think I might be the second lowest. I might be the lowest. And there's 8 and there's like 8 on the market. So all of those guys obviously have them, right? But there hasn't been any new mints. And like since like the first 2 days, there's been no new mints. We've counted 15.
So like yeah, there's other promo codes that could have been redeemed, but haven't been and most likely won't.
I mean, technically there's 10 more days for them to redeem it, but
there's 10 days and then you can't redeem anymore?
And you can't redeem,
I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, why is the common less than the rare? I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, and plus, and that's also when so the cutoff time is in 10 days, but also remember Reese was talking about like, promo codes could be, it's up to the licensor. I mean, I don't know. They haven't done it yet. So until I see like one of the other IPs or one of the other companies be like, hey, actually, we want to release these. Like until that happens, I'm just kind of taking stuff as a no. Like
it's I mean, that is a negative thing for sure. 100%. That's a very bad thing. There's the positive thing is that nobody knows the true mint count, so you can still acquire when most people are ignorant of it. Like nobody knows. I'm like me and like 3 other guys, and I telling people now because I mean obviously I'm pumping my own bags, but I mean I've only confirmed 15 mints. Like that's all I've been able to find, and one of them is just a maybe. Like, and the one maybe mint, the one that isn't confirmed is the one that's lower than me.
Yeah.
It's the only one I haven't confirmed yet.
You guys are always welcome to pump your bags in my stream. You guys can say whatever you want, just like off the cuff, doesn't matter. Like, yo, I am buying 40 Vaders tomorrow at noon, so you better be ready. But really, you just don't buy any, and it runs up, and you sell. Like, oh yeah.
The pumping your bags thing is funny because I just making videos and stuff and talking to the the chats and all that. I haven't really heard as much of that accusational stuff as I used to. Like it used to, 4 or 5 months ago, people were like, every time you talked about a collectible, there was this whole pumping your bags thing. And now it's like everyone's just talking about what they're buying because they like it, right? And I think that, not just people like who have a channel, but like everybody, like, oh yeah, I bought this today. And everyone's like, cool, congrats. Like before, if you did that like 4 months ago, people are like, oh, pumping your bag. If you posted anything about what you just bought, people are like pumping your bags. Like people aren't really thinking that way anymore. I think people are more like, just sharing what you're getting, and it's cool.
That's interesting.
It's fun because I haven't heard that. Like I've heard a little bit, but like I'll make a video about stuff that I'm buying, and I say, oh, I have 50 of these, right? And this is the reason why. And I don't really get a ton of those comments now, like I would have back in like say January or something. I remember getting like you had to kind of be careful about your video, if you guys remember. I'm just being really open here. You had to be like a bit careful about what you talk about and how you talk about it, because you didn't want to get accused by half the people watching your videos that you're just pumping your own bags. Now it's kind of like I think people just are more cool and comfortable with you just sharing, like, and everybody in general just sharing. Oh, this is what I bought today. Fun, right? And everyone goes, oh, that's awesome. Maybe I want to get one too. Like, I think it's people have calmed down about that, and they should, because it's dumb, right? I mean,
I just get accused of fudding.
Fudding.
Fudding. Yeah. Well, the whole like pumping your bag thing, I think it's cool because I think where it hit its peak was right around the time Comics and Crypto did their their slabbing thing.
Oh, that was bad.
That was the peak of people saying, like, you're just trying to pump your own bags, because like we know Comics and Crypto, you've done nothing but stack, low mid secret rares or comics, whatever it is. So it's like you set
shame on you for being smart and stacking those early.
And it's almost like you knew this was gonna, why now or whatever it is. But like I do think a lot of that
naughty boy.
I mean, and those people are always going to find something to complain about, right? So I do think a lot of their effort, because like now that we're in a down market, you can't blame people for pumping bags anymore, because just everything is down and things have been dipping. So
I can't pump anything right now.
There's nothing to pump. Like I'm trying to like inflate a tire that has like 10 holes in it. It's like it's not going to happen. But I think that's why I think that a lot of the attention is directed towards things like, unfortunately, like VEVE-versity. It's like, oh, here's a product that I'm presenting to, like, oh no, you're trying to like, rip people off or scam them.
Trying to make some money and share some knowledge.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what's wrong with T-Rex that? Italy though,
don't buy it if you don't want it. It's all good.
Go back to pumping my bags, right?
Yes.
Day one, people were flooring them. People floored one for 10 gems because they thought it was the AMC one.
Yeah.
So a guy bought it for 10. The professional soccer player bought it for 10, sold it for 800 a few minutes later. He actually sold that one to one of my buddies. And then basically people just started acquiring. They realized, like, holy shit, there's only like 10 of these. And the price just went crazy,
Yeah. I got the German one at one point.
German is good.
I held it for like 2 days or so, and then I was kind of like, I like that comic over there.
I have a lot of I've been buying a lot of uncommons.
Yeah, I think I like that comic over there a little bit better, I think. Spider-Man or something, right? So I sold it, but
yeah, T-Rex Italy was selling for $350. What do you guys think about Thor's secret rare? I think he's honestly, and I feel so bad for the NFTs. Well, it's actually a great opportunity for all the NFTs like Thor that were birthed in just like the very bottom of the market. So they're just sleeping on, and people are kind of comparing like Beta Ray Bill and like Doctor Doom, even though they're like two different rarities, two different mints, all that stuff, like the Mighties. They're like, well, because Doctor Doom is this price, that means the secret rare with less mints and this character should be higher. It's like, it doesn't always work out that way. Like there's probably a couple thousand people that bought Doctor Doom above like 1,000 gems. And they're just like, look, I'm not going to sell it until it goes back up above 1,000 gems. Like, I'm not going to, I'm one of those guys too. Like, I'm not selling a lot of my golden moments until they just go back up to the price where I can actually like make profit. Like me and tons of other people are probably doing the same thing. So,
yeah,
just because it's in a down market, I do think Thor is, and that's something to people too. What does undervalued mean? Does that like
I
at
hate
where
that
it's at
term.
now compared to what other collectible? Are we talking 5 years from now? I'm like, if we're talking 5-10 years from now, and you're like legit not gonna sell it, like in your heart, like all right, I'm never gonna sell this. Just buy it now. Like
my most unfavorite VV words starts with fudding because nobody knows what it means, followed by undervalued,
overvalued, yeah.
Followed by all the Twitter space people that I hate because they're rude to people. But I'm not going to say their names.
Are those in chronological order, or is that 1, 2, 3, or can those be swapped around?
They can be flopped depending on the day.
Depending on the day, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't mind it. And that's the other thing. And the other thing too is price predictions too. Those are those are just for fun.
I like doing those too, just for fun though.
I did a couple of those. I still get comments about my lightsaber price predictions.
Oh yeah, dude. Me and you were so okay on lightsabers. We were like pumped out of our mind that day. Remember?
Oh man, I was like chopping my screen with my lightsaber and all that stuff.
Dude,
it's all good. I stand by my prices. Of course, I have to wait 6 months.
Dude, and you were like, Ahsoka Tano is going to be $5,000.
Oh, I never. Yeah. No, I said like 450, like 4,500. Let's be fair.
I said
no,
5.
I'm just kidding. No, it's funny. Yeah, the undervalued thing is funny because I stopped using that term a while ago because I would use that term, and then I was like, because I was thinking like, oh, in time this is going to be worth more, and then I'm like, but it's valued exactly what it's valued at. Like the price in the market is what it's worth. Like it isn't. It's not worth any less than it's not worth any more than it is. Now it might be like undervalued to some people, but it's not literally undervalued because that's literally how much it's selling for. So I kind of stopped using that word and said like, well, this I think this one's going to be worth more one day, but undervalued is like it. It's worth what it's worth right now, and like that's the price. Like there is no, so. Yeah, it's all semantics. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. I mean,
it's like you want to make a price prediction and a future price evaluation based on a speculative investment opportunity like NFTs on a brand new IP that no one else has done, and a character that has like you're putting in all these things. That's like what that.
Yeah, but no one's gonna watch that video. They want to watch Walt is undervalued.
Exactly. That's all people care about. I told you to invest before MTL. People want to see those videos.
You naughty boy.
Yes,
I remember that.
I told you. No dip.
Give you a spanking.
Like I told you.
Yeah.
I just thought that's such a good thumbnail.
Sometimes you got to fight back, guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to fight back against the FUD. The FUD that comes out your way, right? Dino, the FUD. Yeah. I'm still going to go look up what that is.
The FUD. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, right? That's what it stands for. FUD is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's FUD. That's what it stands for. Apparently.
It's like intentional. It's like you're intentionally trying to like nuke something.
Yeah, like hurt someone's
by spreading false info or just spreading bad vibes, and you're trying to make it go down. Like there's a whole project on the OpenSea called Fudders, and it's really funny because like I owned a couple of those NFTs, and they look really great. They look like kind of like well, go look them up. Go on the OpenSea, look up Fudders, and they literally say we want this project to be worth nothing. And that's like part of it. Like they're like, we don't even want this project sucks.
Yeah, those ones moon.
They're fighting their own project. Kind of
people love those ones where they FUD their own project. They're like,
this project sucks. And it literally says the thing like we're FUDing. We don't, this. Don't buy this. It's brutal.
I want to buy that one right now.
I know. There's lots of cool characters in there. It's kind of funny.
So, sometimes I catch myself having to speak in like almost quote unquote PC terms whenever someone asks me about opinion about a comic or collectible that I don't really like, and they're like, "Hey, what do you think about this?" Or like, "I bought 5 of these. Like, do you think I don't know, whatever will do well?"
Like it's garbage.
They're like, "Hey, I have 5,000 gems. Should I buy some of these?" Like, it's hard because it's like you don't want to, people that might have genuinely invested it, you don't want to, quote unquote, FUD it, right? So sometimes I catch myself saying, like, look, I don't really like, hey, this is just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. If you do have it, that's awesome. It's almost you have to cover all these bases before you can finally say, Look, I effing hate it. Like, I think it's dumb. I don't think it like there's infinitely better things to buy for the same price. There's other versions that look better for a cheaper price. Like, you want to say all these things, but it's like
you're like, you want a great deal? How about this? You're like, I'll list my Dr. Doom for twice the floor, but it will reflect metadata VEVE vibes. You want a great deal?
Oh my god!
Wait, win metadata.
Yeah, I think that will. Yeah.
Clint says there's a new project called God Hates NFT. It's probably mooning.
Oh, dude, that one's probably mooning. I need that one.
Where is this?
There you go.
Pull down.
I'm just skipping through.
Yeah.
What? Down towards the bottom? Oh, God Hates NFT. Okay. I could see that. And people like to, invest in those like meme projects, right? It's a small bit of history that's reflective of what's happening.
That meme image about the protesters, all the signs. That was quite funny on, when people tweeting that one around. They're all
so dumb.
I love that.
My gosh. As someone who literally is very religious, I found that so stupid. Like, there's so many dumb people that are religious that make all of us look bad.
Is that like a religious thing? I don't get it. I thought it was just a funny meme or something about.
No, they were.
I missed the point of it.
They were literally saying God hates NFTs for some reason. They were protesting.
Oh, okay. I didn't take it because I just thought it was like a joke. I didn't even get that. I just saw funny signs protesting NFTs, and I was just like, I didn't actually read them too much.
I see what you mean, Dino. I think it's mostly because I was raised Catholic, and I that's how I was raised, but I haven't been to church in eternity. Like I genuinely believe in just like, as long as you're just not an a-hole and you live a good life and you help out other people, like,
Dude, that's rough.
Then you're going to be
Catholics is rough because there's Catholics that are like so strict, you're like beat you to death. And then there's like Catholics that are like the sweetest old ladies in the world. And you're like, wow, your cookies are delicious. Thank you so much for being the kindest soul on the planet. Like there's no in between with Catholics. Like, I feel like, well, then there's the Catholics that don't give a rip.
Yeah, and it's like I guess technically I'm still considered one, but it's like I haven't been to mass in years. Like maybe when I visit my mom and she wants to go to like Easter or Christmas, I think there's a term called like creasters, like people that only go for Christmas and Easter and that's it. Yeah. But I do think
basically being a Catholic, like a creaster is a Catholic.
Yeah. And I think with that, I think it's just because those people maybe tend to be more sheltered and just like not understand the world at large. So that's why you have a lot of quote unquote religious people just say stuff that's like new and just like have like some nuance. They're just like, we hate this because like I don't know, like maybe that's it. They're just super sheltered, like not to the point of like Amish people where they have like no, like, certain things. But kind of off topic tangent. I don't know. That was just kind of random, but whatever.
Vibes' birthday. It's not crossed over to the next day.
I'm talking shit about Amish people on my stream. No big deal.
Yeah, just wait for the backlash tomorrow.
Yeah.
Amish.
Austin says, once AR glasses exist, it would be cool to use the lightsabers in Galaxy's Edge at Disney World. Ooh.
Yeah, super fun.
Imagine being there with your little younglings, striking down the younglings at the place.
I know. Well, you know my prediction, right? With the lightsabers, and I've heard this from a couple people.
Utility within a year.
What's that?
You said utility or no?
No, not
I
at all.
The lightsabers. No. Okay.
No, actually, I heard this from somebody, so I can't take credit for it because they mentioned it to me, but I can't say who and why and when. But but the fact that when we get like Yoda, he won't have a lightsaber, and so you'll have to buy his lightsaber. And it makes perfect sense to me. And then people go, well, what about Vader? It's like, well, yeah, we won't get Vader's lightsaber. We got Vader with his lightsaber, but every other character that's going to come, you just watch. They're going to want one. They're gonna like, if you get like Kylo will come, he won't come with his lightsaber.
Yeah, then Yoda. No Luke, no Ahsoka. People are just going to be
and you want they'll come out with because they have the dark side collection, right? And it's Vader.
Yeah.
So we'll get we'll get Kylo Ren, but he won't have his lightsaber.
Yeah.
So if you want to match him up in the vault, you're gonna have to buy it.
If they give us Ahsoka Tano, but the lightsaber doesn't separate and they're both in one hand and one's outside.
I can totally see that. Or if you like really wanted to. I almost just picture this meme where it's like lightsaber collectors, like lightsaber stackers. It shows all these other like villains, And they're like, man, it shows General Grievous holding like 6 lightsabers, and they're like, like I want people to have to buy 4 lightsabers for their General Grievous if they want to have all the
come out with
lightsabers.
Grievous. Yeah, you have to put all of them with them. That would be hilarious. That would actually
like
be
you have to
funny.
buy all the lightsabers, and then
you can go into Star Wars lore and find out which ones he's holding during that movie. And I can't tell you right now, but I think you can go in there because he's got like different ones, right? And they belong to somebody that he killed. So all of them. I mean, he didn't create them, right? He just killed someone and took it. So my collection.
Are any of them mentioned in like the Star Wars movies? Like any of the guys that he killed?
I don't think so. I think you can go like just Google it and like and you can. There's fandom pages that have like probably that info. Yeah. So, Good
night, gentlemen. Unfun of the Sun is saying good night.
I'm gonna have to do the same. I'm gonna have to do the same. I know it's 12:30 for me.
I know. The same for all 3 of us. We're all at the same time zone.
Are we all West Coast?
Yep.
Basically.
Until the next time change. Yeah. Until the next time change happens, then like Arizona stays Mountain Time but not Pacific, and it's just strange. I don't know.
Well, I hope we made the end of your birthday cool. It was fun.
No, it was awesome. No, thank you guys for stopping by. This is what I typically do with my birthday. I just kick it with people and just hang out, and then just do the crazy stuff the next weekend or like at some point later in July. So
you saved me money. I was gonna play blackjack tonight. So
were you?
Oh, really?
Were you gonna like hit out like go to a casino? So like
there's a card house. There's a card house like 20 minutes from my house, and it's $5 table blackjack. So
fun.
Oh, okay, that sounds.
Bring
fun.
in $60. Have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like with $60 at a $5 table, like you can't find them anywhere. I could play blackjack for like if I'm like doing okay, I could play for hours on $60.
It's just entertainment. Yeah, I approach casinos and places like that as like entertainment. So if I'm going to go to the movie theater, I'm going to spend $60-$70 to watch a movie and get popcorn. Like up here in Canada, this is Canadian currency, so because but if I go into a casino, same thing. I'll bring in $60-$70 and it's entertainment money, and if I lose it, I lose it. And you could apply the same principle to VEVE. You can take there's a guy, and I can't remember who it is, and if they're in the chat here, please speak up, but there's somebody on Twitter that I follow, and I can't remember off the top of my head, but every paycheck they buy a Vader Common right now. I think they're up to like 11 or something, or 10 or whatever. Like just every paycheck they're like, Vader Common, just one more. It's like they're spending money off their paycheck, so they're not being, like getting into debt. And they're like, I'm just going to grab another Vader Common FA, like boom. And who knows where they'll end up in 6 months? How many will that person have? Will they keep it going? I mean, that could be a great, like crazy stack, right? It could be like a Marvel Comics 1 stack, but better because there's way less editions.
I'll be honest. If transfers were back, I'm surprised people haven't made NFT gambling yet. Like third-party websites that do NFT gambling, and that you go on there and you like bet. Because one site I used to do for Team Fortress 2, which is a video game, and you could sell digital hats, and like some of those hats go for, I shit you not, like tens of thousands of dollars. Like it's literally in a way like some of the first NFTs or the first like digital things you could actually collect and own. And they have all these like cool hats with effects and stuff. But there was a gambling website where you would give your stuff to a bot. So the bot holds all this stuff. It's basically the house. And so there'd be a circle that has 0/20. And so however many NFTs, or I guess in this case, hats or whatever, random stuff. But in this case, whatever NFT you put in there, the chance of you winning the whole pot is based on how much you put in. So let's say you put in, let's say Dino put in $100 worth of, or 100 gems worth of NFTs, and you...
only Alpha Flights.
And only Alpha Flights. But then My Collectibles puts in 100 gems worth of NFTs, and that's the whole pot. It's whoever wins, it's 50-50 because you guys both put in a similar amount. So, and it's out of 20 items. So so what some people would do is like, they'll put in like maybe like say like 15 of the items that get filled up and it's worth like 80 gems. Someone might just put in like 5 big NFTs to get like almost secure themselves like the guarantee win. They have like a 92% chance to win because they just put in 5 large NFTs because they put in just a ton of money at the very end when it hit the 20, and then they would have a higher chance and they would just win the other stuff for basically quote unquote free. So that gambling just got like really out of hand. So how it works is you get all your stuff to the bot, And then when you want to cash out your stuff, it already has on file like what you've lost, what you've won, and all that stuff. And then it just cashes out the stuff you already own. So, I mean, obviously someone's going to have to trust that bot or whoever's running that whole thing to trust it, to like accept it, hold it, give it back.
I'll be the bot. You can send it to my account.
Yeah, it's it. Trust Dino is the most trusting person in the entire app. But I'm surprised there's not some sort of like gambling with, when transfers come back, I could definitely see like a gambling thing like that, because people are like,
I mean, I gambled with NFTs when there was transfers. I gambled with my buddies all the time. We would play games and put NFTs up for a gamble.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we just we can do it too. We can play poker night and just bet alpha flights. That's the ante up. I don't know.
Yeah, $2 alpha flight.
Yeah, $2 alpha flight. All right, I raised you.
Out.
I raised you 5 alpha flights.
What will they do with the rest of them?
Who knows?
I don't know. Like, and that's the one thing I want VEVE to kind of be straightforward on, because it sounds like they burned the rest of the Captain Americas like a long time ago, but they didn't tell anyone for a while, or like it's not being reflected on VEVE. So
maybe we should buy that newspaper
secret
rare. Maybe there's only going to be 25 of them.
Maybe
if they burn them. Dude, if VEVE announced a burn, that thing would mint out like quick.
Yeah. Do you think VEVE should burn them after X amount of time, or do you think VEVE should leave them in the store forever?
They're not going to stay forever, though. I mean, max a couple years, right? Because the bull run will come around, like bear markets end, right? So at some point it will sell out. It just takes time, Do
people even know? Like nobody even knows it's still for sale unless you make a video about it. I didn't know.
I'm making a video about it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I literally wrote down 3 video ideas from this live stream.
From the live stream?
Yeah, they were all mostly from Aaron. I'm stealing all his ideas.
So did I made the same video ideas.
Hey, let's just do it.
I'm just kidding.
Dude, when are we going to do fake Twitter beef? We need to make our fake beef.
Fake beef? Hey, I only do real beef, 100% real beef here.
You know what, Aaron? I'm sick of your Canadianness, your Canada and all your moose.
Dino.
Curse you.
Yeah, shake my fist at you. I'm getting old enough to do that now. You can start shaking my fist at people.
Just do it on the phone.
Yeah, well, I know you need to go, Mike Collectibles, but quick question. Metacognition 88 said, what kind of impact do you think Comic-Con will have on VEVE? How many comic collectors do you think it will bring in? And some people are saying like Comic-Con will have 0 impact. Some people are kind of agreeing. I'm just kind of curious the thought process of it, either like for or against it. So do you think we're going to have a huge influx of people?
I would like to say, yeah, but it really depends on what they do there. I wish they did more in the Anaheim one. I was expecting more impact. Even though the Star Wars stuff was great, I was expecting more users, but then we found out there was like a little screen they were on in the hallway or something, right? I don't think they got up on stage, but if they're sitting there with Marvel and they drop AF-15, I mean, expect some users. I think it'll have an impact. I don't know what impact. Like, I think some people want to, it's either like the app explodes or nothing happens. I think it's somewhere in the middle, right? I think we'll definitely get users if they're going to be dropping stuff like 5 times a day or AF-15 and they're sitting there with Marvel and they actually do some promotions at some big comics. We'll definitely get users for sure. 100%. I mean, why wouldn't we? Everyone's going to be like, nah. No, I think we'll get some, but I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to impact for sure. I don't know what though. I mean, if I sit here and say, oh yeah, everything's going to go up 20%, then you get called on it, and I don't know. So, but I think it'll have an impact. That's why they're going, and now they have the app fully armed and operational. Hopefully, right? It's only the 5th, the 6th. It's the 6th now. It's in the morning, but it's like it's the 5th, right? I mean, in a week from now, a week and a half, we'll probably all have cash out. It's not till the 21st, so till the Comic-Con. So I think it's going to have an impact on this app for sure. I mean, that's what they're going there to do. I don't know how much. We'll find out. But I'm excited. I'm excited about it. I think it's cool. I think it's great.
I think it's hinged on AF-15. If they drop AF-15, I think it will definitely be bigger.
That's why I think it's coming. I think they did it with just going on past history. They did Vader at Anaheim.
Yep.
They're going to give us AF-15 at San Diego Comic-Con when they've already been hinting at it. It's kind of like a no-brainer to me. Although
I'm planning like it's coming. Like I honestly think
too.
Yeah.
Me too. And I will put money in the app to go after it. Like I'm planning that way.
I mean, you have to
I don't want to liquidate all my good stuff that I've been acquiring because I've already gotten rid of the stuff that I don't want. and I still have more like stacks that I could sell, you know, like for profit, like of comics that I've been stacking, but I don't really want to do that yet. I want to wait a bit. Yeah. So I'm not going to liquidate all my good stuff to go after it if it comes out. I want to keep the stuff I have, because I don't know about you guys, when you start going through your collection now, at least for me anyway, it's really hard for me to sell anything. Like I'm looking at my stuff and I'm like, ooh, I really like all this stuff now. There are times in the past I've like, I don't really want this one. I'll flip it for something else. But now all the stuff I bought in the last month and a half, I'm like, I want 20 copies of Strange Tales 110. Like I don't want to sell any of them, right? Even if I'm making 5 gems each. Like I don't want to sell my Avengers 4 comics yet. I have 50. It sounds crazy, but I don't want to sell them yet at 14 gems. I want to sell them at 25 maybe. More, yeah. So like I don't want to liquidate, like I don't want to sell R2, you know, like you know what I mean? So I'm trying to build up a little bit of a gem stash, a couple hundred gems, so I could at least attack the drop or whatever. And then, you know, but then of course the Thor comic could show up tomorrow. Like they could announce that for Friday, the FA Thor comic. So that's going to allocate some of my resources.
Please, I need a comic to stack. Give me the FA Thor.
You know, it's crazy. They gave us these 2 comics, right? People asked about tomorrow's Is it tomorrow or is it?
Yeah, or no, Thursday.
Yeah. So like
Thursday.
They give us Thor 1 when really we needed Thor 2, which is the first appearance of Gore. So we got the wrong comic yesterday, even though I love the Secret Rare and I own it, but it's the wrong comic. You know, one more issue. Maybe we'll get that issue at some point, but why didn't get Thor 2? And then they give us this comic with Jane, but it's not the What If. The What If is the one that you want, right? The What If Jane Foster became Thor. The older, like that's the one you want, the big one. This is not really worth anything, this comic, right? At least right now. Like if you look on eBay, it's like a 9.8, it's like $100 or something. So it's like, you know, so I hope they give us the Journey into Mystery, because it's a big one. So I don't know.
Give it to me, David.
Yeah, I do think San Diego Comic-Con.
You need to make that shirt up, Dino.
Yeah, give it to me. Make it very seductive.
The drops.
That was for your birthday.
Yeah, right.
I will say I do think San Diego Comic-Con is going to perform better for a few different reasons. First off, like I think at the Star Wars convention thing, we probably just had like a thing appear on the monitors like once every like hour, and it's like, oh, VEVE, collect this, and like, you know,
showed the thing. Dude, it was worse. It was a half a TV in the corner.
Was it that bad?
Yeah, it was
I don't
bad.
think there was much going on. I was hoping they would be up on some sort of side stage, or there'd be some promotions or whatever. Yeah.
It looked like it was like a half a TV in the corner, like by the water fountain, like next to the handicap restroom. You know, like it was like random.
That's sad.
I love VEVE. I could have ranted about that. I could have done a rant video about that.
You should have done a rant, dude. Your rant.
I was like, come on. Like
it's like they made it to believe it's.
I would have walked around there. I would have walked around there with a giant signed VEVE flag, waving it for them for free. I would have just walked around. Hey, over here, Vader.
I would have gone next to you and put a shirt that said, I sell VEVE gems for free.
Yeah, exactly. And not even just to pump bags, just because, you know, I think I just want people to know, right?
Oh, pump bags. T-Rex Italy.
Yeah, T-Rex Italy. Do it all. It just doesn't matter. I dig it.
T-Rex Italy. You got to get that shirt made up. Come on, man. T-Rex Italy.
I'll write it on Sharpie on my VEVE shirt. Yeah. T-Rex Italy.
You gotta get a Discord group going. You already do. You guys already do.
I mean, there's only 15 of us.
Yeah, I say you and like what 5 other people, and like on Discord, huh, guys? Like, yeah.
I mean, right now,
holding. Yeah,
3 other people. We own half of them. Like,
yeah. It's a pretty big deal.
You guys have been chatting, some of you, right?
Oh yeah, we all chat. We talk to each other when we're selling.
You gotta get a hoodie. Yeah. Club. What, you know, the partners. Hoodie.
I only need 15 mints.
Yeah, there's only 15 shirts, guys.
You gotta have Club 15 with the dinosaur face with like in Italian. It's gonna be great.
Okay. I'll pump my bags one more time. You guys know it's the first Jurassic Park NFT too, by the way.
Yeah, right.
The posters.
Is it the first one because of the time zone?
No, it's the first because it was minted first. They minted it before the T-Rexes.
Oh,
interesting.
So they minted 100,000 of them. If you look on a Mutascan, 100,000 of them were minted on this random day. There was no drop, and you're like, "Oh, it's the T-Rexes." But it's not. The T-Rexes were the day afterwards. So it actually is the first Jurassic Park NFT too.
Just the Italian poster.
Well, all of them, all of the posters.
Oh, okay.
So like we don't know which. I don't think we know which one was first because they don't give us complete metadata. But the posters were first. They were before the T-Rexes.
Interesting.
Cool. But what do you think about because what I think is going to happen with the Comic-Con is I do think, well, first off, like I said, it's probably actually going to be advertised. Like hopefully VEVE is actually in the booth with Marvel talking to these comic book collectors constantly. And the other thing too is I do think the barrier to entry is lower, right? It's so much easier to convince someone like, all right, download VEVE and spend $7 for a comic. Okay, cool. But like some of these people might have downloaded VEVE. They look, first of all, it's probably hard to navigate initially. Then finally see the lightsabers and you're like, wait, $40? Like you want to put $40 into this? Like there's this sweatshirt or this physical thing, like literally over here, I could buy for 20. Like why am I spending 40 on this?
Or some Funko Pop, some Vader Funko Pop that, because there's that. Right.
And so I do think the $7 box price of like getting in comic book collectors will be helpful. Plus it's 4 days long. So it's like, I think the Star Wars thing was only 2 days. I think it was 3 days.
Yeah. Some of them
will Star Wars was around the same time. Okay. There was, it was a lot of days, but they just weren't like, they weren't sitting with like, they weren't sitting with Lucasfilm at the table. Now they're sitting with Marvel. I don't know what that means either. Like, what does that mean? They're sitting at Marvel's table. Like, is David you going to be sitting at the table like with Marvel? Like,
that'd be awesome.
What does that mean? Like, I don't know what it means yet.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Do they have a big banner? Like, they have like a big.
We shouldn't read into it, right? Because they said they're advertising at Star Wars Celebration, and they put the half a TV up. So who knows what it means?
So we'll see what happens, and that's why I can't answer if someone says, "Oh, it's going to have a huge impact." I hope it will, and I think if they play it right, it will. And if they want to fly me down there and wave a flag, I will.
Dude, they should. What the hell are they doing?
Just pay for my flight and room and board. Like that's or just my.
Well, I am in Canada, so I can't. It's hard for me. Like like to get down to San Diego. It's not like I could just drive there.
But you're coming to Anaheim. We're going to Disneyland.
Well, dude, I will be doing the decon thing for sure.
We're going to Disneyland, dude. We got a party in Star Wars Land, bro. You have to go,
dude. Like you don't have to tell me that.
You're gonna
I'll
cry.
Be waiting there for you.
You're going to cry. You're literally going to shed man tears.
I would literally. I'm going to fly directly there and just land there.
I'm coming, dude. I literally cried the first time I went in.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, legitimately.
You cried?
Man cried.
I shed a literal tear because I felt like I was walking into the movies. I was like, oh my God. Like,
yeah, I don't even know what it's going to be like, man. I've only seen the pictures and all that stuff. And actually, I've kind of like intentionally not really deep dived into like videos about it, just so when I do go, it'll be really
good
fun.
Call. Good.
Yeah. And I want to go on the ride, like there's like rides and stuff. Yeah, man, it's gonna be rad. That'd be rad.
I wouldn't cry unless I had Boba Fett hold me at gunpoint and then tell me dead or alive or something like that. Then I'm like, this is Star Wars. I've always wanted to be a bounty hunter. Or on the other end,
stormtroopers do. Sometimes the stormtroopers walk around and like they like threaten little children. It's pretty great.
Do they have blasters?
Yeah.
Because when I'm in the 501st Legion, like the costuming group, and we can't go to we can't bring our blasters to events, like certain events.
They have blasters. Yeah, sometimes they threaten the little kids. It's pretty great. They're like
when they have there's parades and stuff that sometimes they march in. You can't walk around pointing your gun at people. Like if you do walk around with it's a stormtrooper. I mean, it's a fake gun. Like it's as fake as it gets. But the original stormtrooper gun is based on a real weapon, right? A lot of the original ones are, right? Because that's how they made them, right? Yeah. But like you can't walk around. You can't be like pointing at the crowd, right? Like there's rules within the group, like the group's rules. Like, okay, guys, if you just stand there, like you don't point at people because people kind of get a little bit weird about that, right? So different places. So even if it's a stormtrooper, one time there was a movie theater that they didn't let us wear the the helmets at the premiere of a theater because you can't wear masks in here. Like when you come to the movies, right? Like, regular people. Like if you have a regular people and it's a regular movie, like the Top Gun movie or something, you don't want someone walking into the theater with a big full head mask on, right? That's weird, right? Who knows? Yeah. But like it's a Star Wars premiere and we're like, you invited us to come with our costumes. We got to take the helmets off in the lobby. Like that ruins it. No one wants to see my face. They want to see, this guy.
No,
like, they don't want to see my. They want to see my face, it's. I don't even want to see my face.
Yeah, your face is ugly.
Well, I have a picture of me in my stormtrooper costume with no helmet, and I don't share that.
Right. That just it doesn't look like the movies. Like the movies, they're always in their helmet, except for Finn, right? It's like,
yeah, I guess, yeah, you take it off, and some of those people get in the movies. So, but yeah, we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the hay. I don't have to go, but I probably should. It's like 1.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. Yeah, it's probably a good time. It's no longer my birthday anymore. It's the next day, so you guys are more than welcome to leave whenever. I'll probably end the stream here in like 10 or 15. Make it
well, guys. Quick, so. Take it easy. Happy birthday vibes. Once again,
happy birthday vibes.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you later. See you later, everybody.
Peace. I'll roll through.
Stuff. Well, see you later.
Hello there.
Well. All right, so now it's time for the real talk with the Canadians gone. So now we can very vulgar. Canadians we can be just very like make some
motherfucking Canadians.
Fuck out of here. We don't want that shit here.
Sick of you guys. You're ruining
damn Maple Leafs. Get out of here, you Maple Leafs.
I hate moose and moosine. Moose.
Moosinis. I don't know.
Moosini. Canadian Moosini.
Yeah. God. Do you know used to be the D-Gen King with the late night egg streams? I was a part of a couple of those. Some of those would go pretty late at night. I'm just like, what's going on? It was like you and one of your friends, and you guys were just doing weird stuff in the kitchen. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Hey, all of our clothes were on.
At least only when you guys were alive. It's hard for me to sell anything. Can't even sell my Lenectra. The hell? Why is this not working? One of my favorite videos are the MC rant. True. That was a good one. What the hell is this?
We're glitching.
Strange about one of the other guys trusting by NFTs. Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, it was just like being weird. NA T-Rex out first on VEVE. That's first in my opinion. NA T-Rex. Oh, like I think it's talking the AMC T-Rex.
Yeah, your opinion's wrong.
Well, we don't know. It's just all of them are. Yeah, we don't know exactly because it doesn't tell us.
No, it says it on a mute scan.
I know VEVE said. Yeah, and on top of that, I know that's how it works for who knows how it works for like promotional NFTs too, like how they're printed and stuff. Like we don't, or how they're minted. Like we don't know. Were you guys KYC'd? I am not. I think Dino might be.
Nope.
Are you KYC'd?
Nope. No? They don't love me.
Okay. I kind of glad because I kind of hope they do it sooner rather than later so that shit doesn't hit me like in the middle of the AF15 drop. They're like, oh, you need a KYC. I'm like,
oh my god.
I think that's why they're really trying to rush it. I think they are trying to rush it before San Diego Comic-Con. Because why else would they say like mid-July? And they're really trying to hold that date. Like they spent a whole weekend making sure like people got squared away and stuff. But Bob Funko's on wax, I believe, but I do agree with you. Yep. Star Wars event advertisement was weak. Yeah, I didn't know it was that bad. Like literally what, like a TV in a corner and that was it.
Yeah, there's a picture on Twitter that went around. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I was trying to I got scammed trying to get Funko. That's unfortunate. Star Wars promo was
Funko
weak.
With who? I got Funko with your mom.
My collectibles moving the market. Bet my collectible says I'm still here. Oh no! Everyone hide your memes.
Awesome. I love Canada.
Hide your memes. Don't do it. Let's start talking shit about the Obi-Wan show. Well, my collectibles gone. That show was terrible.
Dude, I'll talk about that with him here. I hate Obi-Wan.
Yeah, dude. I still need to do a live stream where all we do is just talk trash about Obi-Wan. There's just so many
I'm down any day. Name it.
There's just so many why aspects of it where
I'm so bitter. Like I don't even.
I'm trying to remember what it was, but people were there's so many videos. I remember I showed one content YouTuber with you that talks about all this like alpha information about Star Wars. But there's a couple other guys I watched that I think I meant to send you the video, Dino, but it's like an hour long and it's like a full breakdown of like all the things like the Obi-Wan show messed up.
Oh, really?
And one was just like how the writers only know like the writers are just not creative at all. It's like episode 1, Leia gets captured. Episode 3, Leia gets recaptured. And then episode 5 and 6 of the show, like the last 2 episodes, where what Obi-Wan is like in the hangar and he's like, how much time do you guys need? He's like, I need like 3 hours. He's like, oh, you have 1. Like he's like, Obi-Wan's trying to buy time for the rebels to escape. And then what happens in the next episode? Obi-Wan buys time to lead Vader away to let them escape. It's like there's just no like creative thought ideas. We're just doing the same stories.
Triggered.
Over and over.
Triggered. Trash. Little garbage.
But I did hear though that what's his name? George Lucas might actually take over.
Thank God.
Like in the 2024 or something like that.
They were running a freaking.
I think they might let go of Kathleen Kennedy and let George Lucas in as the
let her go
person. And then there's a few other people that I think they were like potentially letting go or like adding new people to the fold or putting people into more leading or like creative ideas over like the directors and stuff that we have, which is good to hear. Because honestly, most of the stuff that like the Obi-Wan show did was, like I said, either repetitive, nothing new, or like they literally just ripped off scene for scene what happened in like other shows and video games of Star Wars.
So bad, man. It was so bad.
Laugh emojis, eggheads, fire, and hearts. Let's go. Thanks, Clint. San Diego Comic-Con is known for physical drops already. Just imagine the potential VEVE's first drops have over time. An exclusive Lego minifigure of Spider-Man from 2013 sells for $10K alone. That's crazy. And I do think I don't like the comics will do well, but I do think we're gonna get quite a few like collectors from Comic-Con and stuff like that. But like how many of them are just gonna throw in like $5,000 and buy a secret rare of like some of the first comics? Like hardly no one. Like they don't understand it. Like before they get to that point, just like all of us, we probably spent like a good like 2 months just watching content creators, playing drops, and you start kind of connecting the ideas. You know, because you have to understand what NFTs, you have to understand the IPs, the people behind the project. You have to understand, you know, OUP, OMI, ECOMI, how the NFT space is going to work. You know, the metaverse, the VEVE, like all this stuff. You have to understand how it all kind of blends together. And you're like, okay, like now it makes sense. All right, now I'm going to like treat this as like a legitimate investment or like actually start spending money. But usually that's like one of the first things I tell like my friends. I'm like, go like download VEVE, put in like $40, you know, $30, even 20, like whatever. Like just put in like I'm you know, put in like $25 that you can play 4 comic drops with that.
Yeah, learn about it.
Make some profit, you know, just learn how it works and like watch videos, like, you know, just kind of understand what's going on in the app. But like people that are like that new to the app or just like NFTs or stuff in general, I don't know. But
my collectibles left. Canada's trash.
See you later, nerd. Vibes, are you planning on going to Decon in November? Yeah, that's the plan. So I am. I mean, it's like a 6-hour drive for me, something like that, to Anaheim. If I just drove directly west, which is probably the same for you, right, Dino? It's probably like an 8-hour drive. Like if you drove,
about
maybe
the
a little.
Same, yeah, about the same.
Yeah. So the main thing we need to figure out is like where the hell we're gonna stay at, because
Airbnb party.
Yeah, I remember you talking about doing it. That'd be funny, dude. We're all like live streaming and like it's just like a VV house, and then David, dude, that's the easiest way to get like David and Dan to come over.
Like, that's the heck easiest way. If we have the fat crib, that's what's up, bro.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. And then we invite them over, and then we invite some ladies dressed up as NFTs to show up.
And then we get them drunk, and then we transfer all their NFTs to our account, and then we run away.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still afraid of that. Like people someone like just taking my phone and just like transferring all my NFTs like to their account. Like,
yeah.
Because remember that time that Kobe Collects gave you his vault to like take pictures? Like imagine you're taking a picture, someone just runs by and just like takes your phone, and they just happen to know what like VVs are, and they own an account, and they just transfer.
And that's why I didn't freaking want him to send me his vault.
Yeah, like someone could literally steal this from me. Like you have no idea how easy it is. How easily I could lose you $40,000. Like
he's like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. I'm like, I'm worried about it.
Yeah, dude, Kobe's such a cool guy, dude. Like I really wish I had more time to like watch his live streams or participate in his like community drops and stuff. I think I tried to apply for one and like just didn't work for whatever reason, so I kind of stopped.
Yeah,
he also kind of streams like the same time as I do. Like I really want to watch his content, but it's like usually by that time of the day I'm either making my own stuff or I'm like just too tired to like do stuff. Like it's been a whole day, or like there's 40 other videos I'm trying to watch and get caught up. Yeah.
It's hard to watch content when you make content. It just is. I mean,
yeah, and there's some content creators that like obviously I like some people's content more than others, or some cover more interesting topics and stuff as well. But yeah, so it depends. It's like nothing against them personally, but it's like, yeah, there's going to be some of their content creators like I'm going to watch their videos first before the other ones, just because I enjoy them more. But
I always watch Cavell.
Always. He actually did another video on you yesterday or today. He did another video on you talking about I think just comics and like San Diego Comic-Con or something like that, like one of your videos. Like DC Comics, I think it was DC when you made a video on that.
Nice.
Well, he's still here, glitch in the Matrix. Let her go. Please no. Awesome, I can't wait to have you sign a Pokemon card. Vibes, why would you want me to sign a Pokemon card?
I think he had us all sign them when we were in Decon.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. All right. I'm down with that. I mean, I got my small bit of fame. I remember you, Randy, and whoever else you guys talking about, like, oh, yeah, being famous because of VEVE or whatever. I'm like, I kind of got a small dose of that because Dino told me that someone thought he was VEVE Vibes, or that someone thought you were VEVE Vibes. And I'm like, I guess I was kind of there then, but not really. Brendan Z says the VEVE frat house. Yes, sir. Yeah, just the VEVE frat house. Rent out a gosh, what's it called? Airbnb in Anaheim, and just invite all the boys. Have everyone drink adult beverages except for Dino because he doesn't like them. You'll just have I feel like you would like banana smoothies for some reason. Like you would have like a banana smoothie over. Do you have any like guilty pleasures when it comes to like food or anything like that? Like, is there like a certain food type that you like love eating, but like either you just can't because other people think it's gross, or
carne asada fries?
I mean, those are just fucking fuego. Like no matter what, like those are always good. So.
I get carne asada fries every week.
No, really? Oh, really? Where do you get them at?
There's a place around the corner from my house that's like has a special every Monday.
Okay. I thought I thought you were going to like a taco like food truck or something like that.
No, it's
like
so bad that they literally, I walk in and the same girl goes, "You want the same thing?" I go, "Yep." She goes, "Okay."
You're like, "Is it fucking Monday?" Like, yeah, you know what I want.
I'm like, "It's Monday, right? All right, give me the same thing."
You know why I'm here? Put some fries in my belly. You know what time it is?
Freaking hillbilly Texas vibe.
I don't know what. You know what time it is? Need some meat in my belly.
I want potatoes and meat and cheese now.
Give me them fries and grease all up in my palate. Give it to me. Gosh, it's too funny.
What the hell is going on?
Yeah, girls dressed like dragon girls from Tokidoki. Yeah, why not? Dino can have the liquid deaths. What?
It's water.
Oh, okay. Dino's obsessed with his loaded fries. Yeah, dude, those are good.
Loaded fries are the mood.
Yeah, there's some really good places. I used to go to La Vix in San Jose a lot. There's I know it's kind of a chain, but like there's one right next to the San Jose State campus. So I'd go there all the time, and they had this like really good orange sauce. That was if you don't use a lot of hot sauce or like put hot sauce in your food. It's definitely really spicy, but if like you're used to it, it's actually like not too bad. But yeah. Clint says, Dino, have you ever tried the green milk at Galaxy's Edge? Is that really a thing?
Yeah, I've tried it. It's not as good as the blue milk.
You are kidding me. Just the Luke Skywalker embarrassed titty milk that you're just kind of.
Yep.
That is literally the cow that Mickey is milking out of Star Wars right now. That's the milk that is coming out.
Personally, I prefer the blue milk at the bar as opposed to at the stall.
So they just put like a dye in the milk and you just drink it, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It tastes delicious. It's like a fruity drink. It tastes delicious.
Okay, so it's not like actually milk. For some reason, I thought it was like actual milk.
No, it's not milk.
Yeah, Clint, you know what I said. Alien goopy green titty milk. I don't want that. It's gross. This it's just the remnants of a franchise that they're trying to kill. Like, no, thank you. God. All right, dude. I think I might call it here. Is there any? Thank you so much for stopping by. And it's actually the stream went way longer than I thought it would.
Happy birthday. Let's go.
It was a ton of fun. Do you usually stay up this late, or usually kind of knocked out by now?
I'm trying to adapt my schedule to get to bed earlier, but I'm always up late right now.
Same, dude. Like even when I wake up early for like let out my roommate's dog or just something random,
Yeah,
I like can't fall back to sleep, and like I'll stay up late, like 1, 2 a.m. like most days, and like I think that's also why I missed like today's drop. Like I didn't even bother with today's comment because I literally just overslept.
I forgot.
Like, yeah, so
I was like, whatever. I'm like, it probably was profitable, which it was, but I was like, I forgot. I don't care, you know.
Gotcha. Austin says I went to that bar too. It was pretty good.
Oh yeah,
the green milk or the green shakes and stuff.
Yeah, blue milk bar. Yep.
So like, what would be the plan? And then we'll hop off the stream. So what would be like your ideal, like for a decon? Like how would that play out? So I was like, all right, we go to decon, we do this and this. Like, what about stuff before and after?
I think we'll just roll. I mean, typically you just want to roll with the guys that know everyone because I don't. So like typically I just ask Randy what we're doing because Randy always knows where the parties are at.
He has all the connections.
Yeah, Randy knows everyone. So that's what I did last time. I just asked Randy where everyone was going. I just went with him, you know. So I just shot Randy a text. I was like, okay, Randy, where do you want? Or send him a DM, you know. So I say we probably shouldn't do Disney unless we're there like a day before, or a day after, because you want the full day, you know, dedicated. But yeah, the parties are always pre or post. It'll be a blast. You'll meet a ton of people. It's really fun. But I haven't been to Decon. Decon's kind of like an all-day thing, so it might be different than what I was at. But I imagine it very similar, you know, post parties.
Yeah, because I think it's a 2-day thing.
Yeah,
November 2022. It is. It's a 3-day event. Okay, so it's a 3-day event, I believe.
Yeah, probably a lot to see then.
Yeah, so 18th, 19th, and the 20th of November. So 18, 19, 20. So it's a 3-day event, and like there'll probably be little parties and stuff like in between each of those days, or maybe VEVE throws like a little official thing on like one of the days, and we'll hang out there.
Yeah.
Cool, man. And then we'll listen to Bruin. You didn't miss anything. We'll probably have gotten a comment too.
Nice.
Good thing we just skipped the comment. Sometimes it's just, what was it that you called? Like Sleepgate or something like that, where it's like you win by like just sleeping in. Like
you win by missing the whole drop.
you actually make money by just not playing. That's the way
to do it. Yeah, you make money by holding your stable coin called gems.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by, Dino, and thank you everyone else for stopping by, the donations, the shout outs. You guys are amazing. Please go check out Gino as well as My Collectibles and Randy Chavez if you guys were on here like a couple hours ago or whatever. So
yeah, forever ago.
That's pretty much it. Dino, do you remember the outro that I say? Do you know the outro?
No, I only know the intro.
Please double and triple check off your listings so you don't screw yourself over. And I'll catch you guys next time.
Okay, let's go. I approve.